Hello, hello, hello. Who do we have out there in the void of space tonight? It's time for another keen stream. Let's come in. Hey, and I'm joined by Aaron. Aaron, welcome. I caught a little bit there. Anyway, it's great to have you here today, Aaron. And of course, this has been a magical last 5 days. I'm gonna do a little bit here. I normally do this, Aaron. I'm gonna cover. We got Lieps, BB, Carl, SMO, Wolf, Indrasil, Matt, Savage Sevens, Loreen, Zenos, John, Captain. We got Karmak, Svard, Mickey, and there's a lot of people in chat tonight. But sometimes I get all those names. But anyway, it's great to see so many people in the chat today, and yeah, I mean, we're buzzing. Like, just before this stream started, we were just yapping back and forth. Like, oh, have you saw that yet? Have you seen this yet?
So many amazing creations this week. It's just been beautiful to watch. Seeing them pop on Discord, Reddit, everywhere. Seeing the content creators building videos, building ships. It's been lovely to sit back and watch these, especially doing a little bit of secret building in our own time. I don't know if you managed to get any building done, Joel.
I did get a little. I got a bit of building done. I got a little bit of painting done, but definitely, mainly, I'm still, honestly, to build, like, my first ship. It's mainly, right now, it's experimentation and stuff, but...
Well, hold on right there. You've not yet built your first ship.
But I'm kind of avoiding it, because it's such a big deal. You never forget your first ship, and this will be my first ship.
Let's do it today. Let's do it today. Let's take the community along for the ride.
Oh, no.
Give their very helpful advice to build your first ship, Joel.
Well, many people don't even believe I can build a ship, so
oh, really?
It's time to prove them wrong.
Your first brick, then let's.
Exactly. I'm trying to avoid. I'm going to try to make it not a brick, but no, we can jump into that a bit later here. But it honestly is so great to see you guys here. Like, just give me just like, I don't know, one word to describe the last 5 days of playing Space Engineers. Maybe not. Maybe you haven't got Space Engineers 2. Sorry. Maybe you haven't jumped into the game yet. You're still, spectating. That's okay. But I'm really curious to see how you guys are getting on today. Fun, lighting, teasing. I've turned you. I'm going to turn you up a little bit because apparently you're
myself a little bit.
Let me see. I've got you maxed out on my side.
Do you want me to turn myself up a little bit? I can go a little bit louder as well.
1, 2. I think that's better now. I think you've got a better level now. So
beautiful.
That's good.
I'll aim it a little bit at myself as well.
Oh, that's a nice glowing mic you got there. I can see that's funky. Teasing. Good game. We've got promising. Very girthy. Ooh. Awesome. And Drewy says tired. Jury's been cooking, and I can tell you, we got Jury from the community team as well in the chat, and Drewy...
He's been working hard.
Working hard. Very, very hard. And Aaron, still quiet. Really? How can I boost the Aaron?
I can just get a bit closer if they want, but it just might be a bit too, that's too close for them.
Now that's pretty intimate now, but we can go with that. We can go with that. Let's try that then. Better to be heard, right? I've got a very booming voice, I've been told on multiple occasions. So again, we'll start off with Aaron. I think like maybe just kind of going over. There's been some hot fixes, right?
Yeah, we're gonna start with the hot fixes. We're gonna talk about everything that's happened this week because it has been a really exciting week. And from that launch point, players got their hands on Space Engineers 2 the first time and realized just what sort of capabilities it had. To be honest, having the new building system is something to be really excited about, and we've got tons of grids as well that we're going to be showing where they've got some great detail going on. But onto the hotfixes, we've released 4 hotfixes so far, and these hotfixes have addressed everything from minor issues to major issues. I'm not going to go too much in detail to them because you can get the full changelog available to you if you want to have a look through that. But on top of that, we've also been listening to your feedback and bug reports. So we've got a lot of feedback on controls, such as customizable controls. We've got invert mouse. We've got mouse sensitivity options, all things that you guys really care about and are passionate about. And we've taken this on board and we are looking for solutions, and we're going to get some of these features integrated as well. If you jump on the bug site, you can see which ones we're trying to get sorted for you guys as quick as possible.
And one of those ones is, of course, I remember we saw this, and I saw some people maybe disappointed we didn't address it during the release stream, but it was all a bit crazy on Monday. But there was a discussion about, for example, kind of leading into that, for the kind of the y-axis invert. So this is like one of those things, and I appreciate that a lot of you guys who've been playing Space Engineers and I guess gaming in general for years, you know, the y-axis axis invert is like it's a big deal for a lot of you guys. So this is also way up there. So rest assured, you know, the team is on it, guys. The team is on it.
Because one of the other factors as well we saw recently is left-handed players.
Playing
left-handed to me it's very strange, but we can see why we can see why we need more customizable controls so that you guys can play the game exactly how you want to do that. So the feedback has been taken on board, and we're working to find some solutions and get them controls out to you.
Exactly. I mean, people asking about updates. I mean, yeah, there's been multiple hot fixes this week. I mean,
4 updates.
Yeah. So, and they included. I'm just curious. I'm hoping you guys that affected a lot of you guys in the sense that, like, if you had some crashes, because there were you know, on day one there was some crashes and people were doing, you know, only a few things and getting stuck in a crash. So I'm hoping that the last couple of days that the stability's improved for you. I think going on to kind of, there's also some questions about future updates. I think we can touch on that. The main thing is the next update will be 1.1, Vertical Slice 1.1, which will come with the Steam Workshop. And I know that this is something that's very special, has an important place in all our hearts out there.
It does.
This is going to be huge because right now, you know, people are sharing builds, just sharing, you know, zip folders and stuff like that, which is fun to see. But it won't be too long before you guys will be able to be back on the workshop. And that also answers another question in terms of, I've had people asking to get access to the ships, the official Keen ships, like the stuff in the trailers that you saw. So there will be an official Keen Steam Workshop where you'll be able to find all of the Keen created grids and stuff to play around with and modules and so on. So that was the next one I think I want to say.
Yeah, so then modules hopefully will be available to you, and then you can just plug and play with them and click them together. But there'll be a lot of great examples on the Steam Workshop when we get to that stage. So you'll be able to plug and play, mess with all the grids that you want to your heart's content. It's almost like a secret grid sharing at the moment, isn't it? People getting these crispy screenshots, sending them to their friends, sharing them in group chats.
I've had people sliding into my DMs.
Workshop, really, isn't it?
I've had people sliding into my DMs this week saying, "Yo, what's this? Hey, yo, what's this?" You know. So that's. Let me see. So no stability. What's interesting?
All them ship pics are popping up in my DMs recently.
Yeah. Oh. Hold on a second. We lost you for a second, Aaron. Sorry, I think it's just a connection. It's okay. You came back. But one thing I want to say is that. No stability issues. Yeah, and it's interesting as well that some people are saying that, you know, they're in terms of the fluidity of the game, like they immediately are finding SE2 to feel even, you know, more fluid and smoother, even compared to SE1, which has been for some time, you know, out for some time. So I think you guys are really feeling some of those that strong foundation that we keep talking about. That this really is. You know, an engine.
Place to build on.
It's the place to
build on.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're at a starting point, a foundation, and the rest of this build is going to be formed with you guys, the community, and ourselves right by your side. So all this feedback, all these bug reports are going straight back into the Keen machine, let's call it.
The Keen machine,
the Keen machine, and helping produce, you know, the best SE2 possible.
Exactly. So beautiful lighting, and I know, and we're going to show some builds in just a second here, and actually, the team is honestly been left a little bit, you know, blown away, to be honest, and left open mouth by some of the builds, but already seeing just, you know, 5 days into this release. I see some of our teams in the chat as well. Hello, team. Lucy, how you doing?
Ooh.
Good to see you. So we'll also try and address some of the other questions that have come up during this last week, guys. And we are going to get into some gameplay and showcase some of the stuff you guys have been up to. But again, as the title suggests, it's kind of post-release. This is an opportunity. It was very intense on Monday, a lot of excitement, and you guys all just wanted to get stuck into the game. So it's a little bit more laid back tonight. We have a bit more time to kind of go over some stuff and address some, questions, maybe some concerns as well there. So, is there anything else, Aaron, you wanted to just right off the bat here you wanted to bring up?
The main thing I wanted just to bring up the bat is just show you that we're getting these hot fixes out and we're also taking your feedback on board. So make sure you're making them bug reports and you're also filing that feedback, because we are looking at it daily and monitoring it. So that's the main message I want to get out there, is just keep that up so we can keep churning these features out and making the game better. Yeah,
there it is. I'm checking the support site a few times a day, and I'm seeing what's being voted on, and there's some very interesting choices at the top. And
the other thing as well, I was going to say, is we do get some wild feedback in there as well. So we get some seriously well thought out features that we might have never ever considered. So it is worth putting them forward as well. Like the other day, the camera in-screen monitor one. I wouldn't say that was out there by wild, but by a lot. But having your camera viewable from a screen is something interesting, and bringing that up and seeing what other community members think about that sort of thing is a cool feature to discuss. As well with the mysterious cable, what could that possibly do? I mean, I know officially we've said it does nothing, it's just something pretty on the character for you to look at, but that means the community can fill that gap and give it a purpose.
So that's a question for them then. So guys, in your wildest dreams, what would you want the cable? Oh, hold on, I can do this. I can be more like Aaron. Wait, I can go
cable.
Not that low. I turned it down way too low.
Too much there.
Yeah, that was quite low. But what would you want the cable to do, guys? You see the cable, you love the cable. I see there's a whole cable cult, I think. So let us know. Like, what would you want that to do?
Yeah,
grappling hook.
The cable speculation. Yeah, people have been. I know some of the comments. People want to fire it at something and pull themselves towards it. Other people want it to be used as a tether sort of thing, where it can feed cargo to them. I mean, all these ideas are really quite inspirational. Magnetic grappling hook. Someone's commenting there. What else have we got?
Yeah, cable cars, elevators. There's some comments I can't read out. Amazing. Chain, rope. Make animation, then use build vision. Recreate the first scene from Gravity. The cable could connect grid power systems. Yeah.
I mean, the only other thing I think about is the way that people pilot their spacesuits and space engineers. The cable would just be tied around them. They'd be wrapped up in it in 10 minutes, wouldn't they? Just
yeah, so it's true. So I'm going to disclose this. We're also streaming on Steam. So hello to people watch. I see Swiftmeister on Steam. So we're on 3 platforms today. I just wanted to shout out the people. We got 350 are watching on Steam. So that's always cool. So definitely great ideas. And what's good about this is that the team can always, who aren't watching today, can always refer back to these amazing ideas. I mean, I think on that support site post, there's quite a lot of ideas and speculating what that might be, but that was just a fun one to bring up here. But there's some really solid feedback already. Some of it's more kind of quality of life stuff, some of it's pretty big features, but overall it's very, very it's awesome to see that. And I come back to this is why we released Space Engineers 2 when we did, so you guys could get stuck in with the feedback. Exactly. With the suggestions from as early as possible, so that every single element of the game, we can hear your thoughts on it. Because again, the game will get more complex, and if we can get these things that are in the game right now right, then it's going to make the VS2 and everything that will follow also better. So that
exactly. It's all about, like Marek's been saying, that 10x. Getting everything feeling better. Now, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see some of the not so leaky leaks some of the nice blocks that have been appearing, perhaps some of the cool jetpack features that are planned in the future. If you have had a chance to see them, there's certain YouTubers who have got some nice pictures of them. Maybe have a hunt around, dig around for them. But there's some really cool things that we're working on behind the scenes, isn't there, Joel?
There is. I mean, like I can say, here's like one little one, right? I'm not going to spoil too much, but what? Luckily, we're not.
I think it's nice sending them on the hunt to find these things, you know.
Luckily, we're not in the same room, so Aaron can't shoot me now. But anyway, the main thing is that there was one thing. So just related to Steam Workshop, and there were some very interesting categories on that Steam Workshop, in the in-game Steam Workshop preview, and you know, maybe there was something like maybe submarines was one of the categories that may or may not have been on there. So you have to go find that video for more. But definitely, there's been some good kind of behind the scenes look from some of the creators out there. So yeah, Zoc leaks. I got to do a little bit. You know, it's got to be done.
Yeah. If there wasn't a leak, Joel, then I think we'd have an issue, wouldn't we?
Exactly.
I'd definitely be over there with a gun to your head or something. People would be very suspicious.
Oh man. No, and this is just day one, and I think I'd say not actually day one, but in relatively speaking, it's so early here. And just to kind of, I do want to quickly. I don't think I need to go. It's going to be like a 20-second blast because you guys, you know this, I think. But again, 1.1, UGC Steam Workshop. 1.2. Improved mechanics and interface refinements. 1.5 modding, VRage Hub, VRage Editor, and then the next big vertical slice, VS2 Planets and Survival, VS3 Water. And then beyond that, of course, NPCs, human NPCs, multiplayer, story campaign. But to be honest, the modding is a huge deal, and we're already seeing in this first week what modders have been able to do with the game and what they're finding. So when they get the same tools that the developers are using to make the game, can you imagine? It's going to be, I honestly don't think that, we think we know what we're prepared for, but in some ways I think it's going to, what will happen, what will be created will be beyond our wildest dreams, I think, Aaron.
Oh, definitely. It'll definitely be taken to the next level. Some of the things we've seen our community do over the years have absolutely blown us away. It's blown me away. Like, you just don't expect, and then the next minute someone comes out with this amazing mod that introduces aerodynamics, or someone builds water into the game. It's like, it is so exciting to see what's going to happen, what direction that these modders will go off on, what tangent they'll explore.
100%, 100%. I just seeing here. So again, Aaron, we can start getting into some of the showcase, but I do want to use this opportunity. We've been live for not too long now. We've been on the screen, I think, for about 15 minutes nearly. So is there anything else, Aaron, we really want to nail home in that sense, to just to really let players know? And we'll be looking at the chat as well to see, maybe we can do a little bit of Q&A. And it can be hard because Marek, like, we might not be able to answer all the questions you guys have, especially if it's for future stuff. But if there's some issues, if there is concerns, we can try and address those as well here.
Yes, yeah. So if there is some issues as well, we can have a look at the chat and we can always bring them forward.
Yeah.
That is one of my responsibilities: monitor the community, see what they're saying, what issues they're running into, and then bring them to the developers so we can get these things solved. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is just the transparency that we're trying to go with the development of SE2, and we're trying to show you as much as possible so you know what's coming, you know what to expect. You're seeing that in video form, you're seeing that on our social media outlets, and when you got your hands on SE2, I hope you knew exactly what you were getting your hands on. And we've been going for this message from Marek. He's been repeating, is like, you don't have to buy it straight away. You can wait until the feature that you want comes to the game, and we're going to be very clear on when these features arrive.
Yeah, no, and I also want to shout out the community again for this, because I feel like a lot of you guys have been recognizing the transparency and the openness going into this SE2 release. And I also want to thank the community. Also, I've followed various threads and comments and so on, and you guys are also helping us spread the message of some of the news and some of the points. Like maybe someone's like, oh, why isn't there X feature or whatever, and then I'm seeing players like right in there saying, actually, no, they've already talked about that. It's on the way. So it's really also great to see the kind of community also kind of helping to kind of spread the word, I'd say, and some of the things that happen on these streams and the blog posts. So, yeah, we're gonna keep it up. So
yeah, and I also know the community have been digging into the files as well and finding some of the things that are hidden in the game. Of course, these features are still in heavy development, so if you do find these, there's a lot of work to be done. And also be careful how you come across these guys as well. Make sure that you get yourself, if you are going to look at these things, make sure you do it safely. Yeah. All right, don't be clicking any dodgy links.
Yeah, we don't want to hear any, it's quite hard for us to control what players do outside of the game and so on. So please take vigilance, especially in these early days without, before modding, workshop and modding are officially out. Definitely, yes. Avoid dodgy links.
That's something's the simplest way of saying it, isn't it, really?
Exactly.
You've just got to be careful, especially if you're sharing ships at the moment without the workshop or things like this. Just be very careful about executing any files that you're unsure of, or just don't click them. Simple as that.
Yes, exactly. I actually saw, and it's funny, I'm just going to say, Endar, I see you. I see you in the chat. We've all seen at Keen what you've been up to. So Endar's one of those how to word it, pioneers of the game files. So yeah, it's been really cool, honestly though. Like I was getting hyped about, even though I've seen some of this stuff, I'm like, damn, this is actually looking really good. So yeah, you guys, that just to kind of, we already go around a circle a little bit here, but I just wanted to say there will be some leaks out there, guys, and definitely get hyped about them. There's stuff that is coming. We've already just talked about it, but also always definitely take that with a grain of salt, that if there's something you're seeing which is like a leak, or something you're seeing which is, being kind of hacked in or whatever, there's a reason why it's not public, or there's a reason why it's not like in the game yet. It's because it's, work in progress, content, unfinished content. So if you see something cool, there's a lot of leaks to get excited about. Definitely think that in general, like, all these things will be a lot better when they actually come to official release there. So anyway,
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's that point covered. Some water leaks, yes.
So that's the funny thing is, every time you say leaks, I always think water, and it's funny that the water is actually leaking.
No, I know. The water is leaking. Literally, there is water leaks, 100%.
Oh, and it is beautiful to see even a leak of water in space. But we're not going to go any further in there. We'll leave that. We'll leave that to the
leakers.
Yeah, the leakers. Yeah, we'll leave that to them.
Submarine leaks. Yes. So maybe just before then, okay, guys. So I think we've kind of covered the main topics. So just announcing that, in terms of the acknowledging of the feedback that we've already seen. But if you guys have some questions, ideally about VS1, because it's much easier for us to answer those questions, and maybe put like a little cue or question before the question so we can pull some of these out. And we're not going to be able to answer all of them. We are just going to pick some out that we can answer, I think, because there's probably, there's a lot in the future to talk about. But let's and thank you for the support. We got some super chats coming in as well, so I didn't have time to thank those on the release stream, but we do appreciate those supports there from the community members.
Because one of the fascinating things I've seen the community do so far is they've done a lot of cog work. They've put a lot of blocks together to create mechanisms that move things. There was a comment in the chat then as well about building doors as well out of these systems. They've connected chains together. They've made tank tracks I saw today someone had built. And I was trying to understand how they managed to even do that. Like, as per usual, there's this very innovative stage where everyone's trying to do things that are impossible. And as more blocks come available, these things will be even easier to do in the future. Yeah, no, 100%. Just reading here. So there is a fair amount of conversation. I've seen some threads about it, about the thrusters and maybe how like the ships feel now in SC2. And I think the idea is that they'll always. I think the idea is that they won't be, exactly the same as SC1. As ideally trying to change it up a little bit and improve on that. And remember, guys, it's always important to have. We're trying to have it so the game is more accessible, but also at the same time that you can always go more advanced and build with greater detail and even wilder builds as well. So on both ends of the spectrum, we're trying to make the game better. But touching on the thrust, I definitely see a lot about it. I think keep the feedback coming on that point. And I know the team are monitoring that. And
yeah, you've probably seen that as well, right, Aaron? Some of the conversations around thrusters and dampening and the effects around that. So
yeah, I've seen many discussions on it. So we just need to keep formulating that information together, so we've got a good picture of what the community like and what they don't like. Because the other thing is, being at this point, we see it from both sides. So we see some people who are really enjoying the way the ships handle, and then we're seeing some people who don't, and there's some people who are like, it's not quite right, it's in the middle. But we've got a lot of information to work through, and we've got to kind of go off the community as a whole, as well as our points as developers on how them thrusters and how that ship's going to handle as well. But you did make a really good point before about the sort of learning curve to getting into Space Engineers now, and how that's something we're working on, how getting in and building needs to be easier for players to start, and then it can get more advanced and more complicated as it goes on. So feedback on a point like that would be great as well.
And I think it's what also is challenging about that is that but also something that the team has to be careful of is that there can be certain topics that are really like kind of 50-50, or maybe certain things are kind of subjective to each player. So this is, I feel like, one point, and it'll be kind of finding a good balance for the core game. And you guys know that just like in the Space Engineers 1, if you want something that's, you know, kind of more easy, or maybe it has like some more sci-fi like vibes in it, or something like or more realistic, like super realistic, then you can achieve that. But the team will have to kind of find the kind of middle ground, and
exactly
for the core experience, I think.
And that's the thing why in Space Engineers 1 mods were always good at finding the extremes in both directions. So like if you wanted more simulated features, you could get the mods for that. If you wanted a more dumbed down, easy building system, you could find that in a mod as well. So as we're developing Space Engineers, we've got to take this kind of approach down the middle, where we're trying to work what's best for the majority of the players, rather than getting too specific into the simulation aspect, or, you know, the super easy play mode as well. So that's something we've got to build on, and, you know, especially for modders as well, they want to build on both sides of this, so we've got to leave them a bit of room to work as well.
No, 100%. So we'll try and get through this, because I think some of these questions we can talk about, and
let's go.
There's so many. Let's have a look. And I will just say one thing. Again, I'm not sure how many of you guys have the game yet, how many of you guys don't have the game yet, but what I wanted to say is that we're still going to be emphasizing this for some time, that don't buy the game. I mean, I know there's a kind of memes about that, Marek saying that, but really, like, don't buy the game unless you really know kind of what you're in for, and you want to be part of the journey from the beginning here. You know, as Aaron was saying, it's for the builders right now to get stuck in with the stuff. But some players will choose to join maybe when Planets come out, maybe when Survival comes out, maybe multiplayer. So we really want you guys to, if you want to be part of this and part of the feedback loop, then yeah, we really appreciate it. But we do recognize that there's more games than ever to play, and some of these features are going to be kind of what you require for, you know, to want to jump in. So I just wanted to say a point on that as well. Too late? Yeah, so a lot of you guys already have the game, right? So go ahead, Aaron, you were going to say something.
I was going to say, I do think it's a great time to get stuck in as well, especially from a point of providing feedback, because just like in Space Engineers 1, I got in right at the start, and the game had such limited features at that time, and then the game was built layer upon layer, almost like an amazing cake, from the end of saying cake.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. You were here at the first slice of our cake, so to say. And that is the core foundation, and just being able to build that with you is really exciting. So it'll be interesting to see what the community want from a Space Engineers 2 perspective as well, on top of what we've got as developers and how we want to try and make everything 10 times better.
No, 100%. Look, too bad I already bought it. Too late. Oh, we can do it. I know we can do it on Twitch as well. Like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set up a little poll here, just to poll our audience. I don't know how many people we have. I can't do it on Steam, but on Twitch and YouTube, I can do a quick poll here to find out what percentage of the players today have the game. So I'll set it up here. Well, maybe Aaron picks out another question to answer. And there's tons of questions, Aaron, so get stuck in.
Yeah, I've spotted quite a few about functional blocks or physics blocks. So like rotors, pistons, hinges, that sort of feature. So they are planned to come back in the future, as well as adding the features to existing blocks that don't have the features. I noticed that someone was talking about doors before, not having doors that open and close, but that is something that's getting worked on. So all the blocks you see in this foundation are still under heavy evaluation in terms of what sort of things they'll be added to them and the functionality. And you guys have also noticed that some of the blocks that you would like are missing. So to do with the half slopes, that is something we're considering, and we can put some of these blocks back in so you have a better core arsenal of blocks to start building with. So your feedback is absolutely vital, really. Doors going to be functional? Yes. Doors will be functional shortly. Don't you worry, guys.
Yep.
We just got to take these careful steps with each blocks to add the functionality at the right time as well. Let me have a look at what else we've got question wise.
Yeah, I thought I was going to try and do a poll, but then I realized for some reason I can't. For some reason, so I don't know. It's off, so it's okay.
So there's a question about modular copy and paste getting mirroring support in the future. I believe it will be getting mirroring support. At the moment in time, I think the mirroring support can be off with the modular copy and paste, so that's something that's going to be worked on.
Yeah, and just off the top of my head, some other things that I've seen is like undo redo for painting and stuff like that. Like that's something that's already in one of the developer builds, so you can expect to have undo redo for painting as well. Like honestly, guys, I think in general, if you feel like there's a way of building and like something like that, something like undo redo, like if it feels like it should probably be there, it probably will, already is, counted on. It's just, like the undo redo is also it's been a big thing, I think. So having that expanded into what it undoes and redos is also very important, I think.
So there's a question as well as why we can't implement a dummy conveyor system. I've seen this conveyor blocks in the works for a future update, but of course they want to implement that stuff when inventories get involved. So that's when these blocks will come. From a visual standpoint, not at the moment, just when these features come with the inventory so you can transfer things around, that's when you guys will get your conveyors. Same with a lot of other functional blocks. When the other systems come in place, then you'll get that particular block for that system. So it doesn't just sit around kind of just looking pretty for the moment. You've got all the pretty blocks that you could possibly want at this core level.
Definitely. I see a comment about SE1 here, so that reminds me again, guys, that, SE1 will be getting updates still.
Lots of love. And we've seen some of that love that SE1's going to be getting. This next update is bringing some really cool blocks. And like we've seen some of the teasers, you've also got that tiny oxygen tank on its way to you.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things coming to SE1, and there's plenty of updates left. So I'd definitely stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah, there's honestly multiple updates in the works in parallel right now for SE1. I mean, some of obviously the one that's coming in the coming months here. You're not going to have to wait that long actually for the next SE1 update. But then the one after that, oh man, I've seen some of the block, and Aaron I think too has seen some of the block teasers for what's coming, and it's really exciting, honestly. So even while SE2, maybe you're going to be waiting for planets, maybe wait for water, maybe multiplayer. I think multiplayer is a big one for sure. SE1 isn't going anywhere, and SE1 isn't in this kind of frozen state or anything like that. It's going to give you a lot of fun, even for the coming future for sure. So it's tough because you got two games to play now, and of course the graphics are very nice in SE2, and the unified grid system, and you guys are all experiencing some of the amazing things in SE2. But I think at some point they'll reach this threshold, maybe where there'll be more people playing SE2. But I don't see SE1 kind of players and the community, everyone's going to be stuck in there for some time.
I think it'll be the perfect combo. Is you will go back and forth between these two games. You will enjoy the advanced features of SE2 as they get added, and then as you want a more sort of complete experience, you'll jump back to SE1, and then eventually what we'll see is players, when all these features have arrived at SE2, they'll make that switch, and it'll be an extremely exciting time. And I'm guessing this is going to be around when multiplayer gets introduced. Players will go, right, we can do all this stuff over there, let's make this big jump as a community together, or even just groups of friends jumping there individually.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
And I've seen 2 questions of will we get a female engineer option, and I can say there will be a female engineer option in the future, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. That's another good one to get out there, because some of these questions, it's good you guys are asking, because I've seen a lot of these questions multiple times. Like, it's not, there are some unique questions I'm seeing that I've never seen asked yet, but I'm also seeing some ones that I think it's good that we're able to knock out here today. Rough timeline. So what Marek did say, guys, is that within the next 6 months you can expect Steam Workshop and modding. So I mean, I think maybe he worded it more the fact that VS2, so Planets and Survival, will not come sooner than 6 months. But we're not saying, you know, that doesn't mean it's going to arrive right on 6 months or anything like that. But this is just to give you a rough feeling, and we will be avoiding using dates. Like, I think we maybe will, in the, you know, you can say quarters or have like these monthly estimates, but I think it's really smart to like avoid dates to kind of get any disappointment. And the reason, if anything, is like moved around or delayed, it will be for good reason, guys. But still, the next 6 months, you guys are going to be definitely seeing updates and very exciting stuff. And I think, you know, Steam Workshop will not be that far away. So.
And the way as well we're doing all our social media and stuff is you will get a good sense of a feeling of when one of these updates is coming or it's getting very close. And like Joel said, it's really important that we don't put a date down on these, so we don't put ourselves in a pressure situation when we're forced to release a feature that we need a little longer in the oven. So that's absolutely critical, really.
And also, I think now that you guys are a part of the journey, like I feel like because the community will have ideas, suggestions, feedback, some things that we thought would be quick, maybe they'll take a bit longer now, but not in a bad way, but in the sense that we'll also be trying to incorporate the community's feedback. I'm just speculating a little bit on this because, you know, it's hard to say exactly how it'll go down, but a bit like if SE1, the development of SE1 over the last, I want to say like 3 or 4 years, a lot of the updates, even though we had a rough plan to get the content update, and we still obviously had, you know, some of the orders, it was kind of done based on what the community wanted most. And for the longest time, people wanted more weapons, ship weapons, parallel weapons, and that's why we did the warfare updates. You know, people are always wanting new blocks, so the deco updates kind of coming in between that always made sense. And then, you know, with people wanted better AI, better ship AI and everything. So that some of these things is definitely, you know, the team definitely looks at like the sentiment of the community and the vibe, and we have this roadmap right now, and there's definitely potential for it to shift slightly and move around based on, you know, where the community's at with everything, guys. So we cannot ask you enough to slam that feedback in. Aaron's gonna love reading all that.
I will look for all this
that support site
and be like, what have we done, Joel? What have we done?
I know.
These wild ideas, people, tieable shoelaces in Space Engineers 2 and stuff like this. Like, what will we see?
Yeah.
What bad ideas.
So I think what we can do is our maybe here. I can get because we can carry on here. We ain't going anywhere. But so we can carry on answering some questions. Maybe as I bring the game up, or maybe start showcasing some of the stuff the community's up to.
Joel's first ship. Come on, guys. We need to push him to get his first ship built. We do. We need to get that first ship built, don't we?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I mean, again, I just wanted to focus in here just on the kind of the key points in the chat, but you guys don't want to stare at our faces all day. So let's get the game up here, and we will continue with the kind of conversation here. That's the main thing. Like, a lot of it is really just about having a conversation with you guys. So let us bring it up. Aaron, you can feel free to hit some more questions on points in the chat while we.
I mean, there's quite a few comments on airtightness, and from what I've heard, The development team are working on this, but this is a very interesting subject because with the introduction of water, there'll also be pressure and there'll be other sort of physics that need to work around air tightness. So it's going to be a lot more complex than it was in Space Engineers 1. So the timeline for that might be extended a little bit towards water is, but I can't confirm that just yet. But air tightness is definitely going to be a thing at some point.
Yep. Good stuff. Yes, we're still waiting for a full build from Zoc. Oh my goodness. let me see.
Yeah, that's what
here.
we need to do. We need to push him into getting something built. Let's see if you can still build after all these years. Shake that rust off.
I know. I secretly, oh, it's not even secretly, I believe I can build. The thing is, I take a long time to build. I take like weeks to build a ship.
Come on, guys, hype him up, get him building. That's what we want to see. We want to see this ship, Joe.
Wait, before we do this though, I'm first going to start off here, just so you guys get a good base level, show you guys what the community's been building. This is probably a terrible idea, to be honest, but let's go for it here.
This is so good.
I'm hoping it will let me load these pictures. All right, let's start with. Now, you know what? Actually, what's funny about this? If I load up these, are these going to work? Let's see if these will work. I think that's all the images we got. All these WebP files. Okay. Right. Oh, is the order all messed up? Okay.
Oh, I don't know. It's not come up yet. We're still in Space
No,
Engineers.
I know. I'm just trying to get the order because I specifically wanted to show one of the ships first.
I've seen a few comments in the chat, and I think everyone at one point has built a flying brick. But then over time, your brick evolved into a prettier, more functional, sleek-looking design. And not only with years or even weeks of refurbishment, then your brick could look like a ship.
I know.
But building bricks is a problem we all share, and we've all built them.
What I am seeing is, like, you guys are going to be blown. If you haven't seen these pictures yet, you're going to be blown away, guys. Give me just a second. Because the potential is like, I don't even know. I can't even speak. Here, I found the picture I wanted. Here we go. To start off today's little sesh. Let me have a look. This might mess up the size. I should have done this beforehand, but guys, I'm going to try and bring this up here. Let's see. Do we see this? Right.
Ooh.
Do you see that, Aaron?
I see that. That is a beautiful craft. I like how they use the large glass window in the middle as well there.
So let me just, so what I wanted to say about this, let me just scroll down here. I'm trying to get the, where is this?
See, this is one of them interesting ones, right? Where you could confuse this if you didn't look at it from certain angles as quite a square looking ship, couldn't you? But then if you do look a bit closer, you'll notice all the angles that this thing's got going on.
No, for sure. And the reason, we're going to flick through some pictures here, guys. The reason I wanted to show this is because this is taken from Reddit. The resolution of the image is a little bit maybe lower on the stream. I can't tell you can see. But the reason I'm showing this one first is the name of this post was My First Ship. My first SE2 ship. Now, I want to say...
I tell you, if that's his first ship.
I know.
what have they got coming? Because they've been cooking there, haven't they?
They have been cooking. So I'm going to go through some of these pictures. This is the first shot. And you know what I'm seeing a lot is what people are saying as well, which I love to see. People are saying that, like, hold up. Like, SE2, a lot of the time, can look like a Blender render. It doesn't. It can even look like it's been rendered in like a 3D modeling stuff. Like the ray tracing and all that goodness. It really things look so good here. So this is the shout out to this is Bill's, right? I know we've got some from Yoga coming up. Is this the Bill Drewy? So shout out to Bill and their first SE2 ship. Right, I'm going to go back now. Here's some more I mean, look at that.
Oh, look at that lighting, though. Look how it reflects in that shadow. But the thrusters tucked into them housings as well with the intricate details behind them. But the cockpit and that slope. Oh, there's just so many things that are going on in this one I like.
All right, let's carry on here. Let's see, because that's what people are doing, obviously. People are now building their own cockpits, right? Like they're using this glass. So let's go back here. So this is a top-down view. You can kind of see the door above. You've got this nice.
Oh, you have just spotted that.
They've got the nice, like the detailing cube.
Venting?
Yeah, exactly at the back.
Oh, that's nice. That is. I like the color scheme though. It's simple. It's 2 colors. Oh, and that centralized thruster at the back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Very nice.
This is really sci-fi. This just it feels like it would belong in some sort of movie, maybe like Elysium or something. I don't know. That's probably a bad one to choose.
No, but no, I say like I think this will actually, when we'll get to this, like I say, not really an announcement quite today, but there will be screenshot competitions, guys. I think Aaron, you're cooking something pretty soon. I think I'm not sure if we can say today, but I think we definitely will be having, you know, competitions for you guys to kind of really build as hard as you possibly can build, and we'll look forward to showcasing all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've got some community projects in the works, so you guys will have some nice competitions. Submit your best screenshots, and we can get some merch out to you. But all the information will be available. Oh, Joel, why
I cut you off there.
To me?
I know. Sorry, I cut off. I should have turned. Let me let you continue, Aaron. You carry on. Tell me what we're going to say about the community.
Sorry, I've seen it now. I've seen it. I need to see more of it. Take me to the next slide.
Yeah. Sorry.
Take me to the next slide.
I couldn't wait to see it.
When I saw this one, someone was right. This does look like some sort of racing ship. Like this was someone loves the vents. Like there is so much lovely ventage going on this thing.
Look at that
front there. Oh.
So actually, Yoga. This is a build by Yoga. You might have seen Yoga's first ship. They shared it pretty early on, and actually, I know Drury reached out to use it for a post actually. But this is Yoga's next ship, and he described it to me as a luxurious pod racer or something like that. I think it was, or speeder. Yeah,
isn't it?
So
I just like the detail they've done into the vents there as well, and especially them side thruster little engine pods that they've got going on there.
So
we don't even enter it though.
So all of those are the handrails. You know, they're like.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
They're using the 25 centimeter unified grid system. Each side has 7 handrails pretty much to create that effect. But man,
but players have done this in SE from the beginning of time, haven't they? Have you've probably seen this as well, where they took a block you just wouldn't expect there, and then the way they've combined it or angled it, and then you look at it again and go, hang on, that's a handrail.
Hang on,
it's a handrail.
Yeah, that's the community. Honestly, it's absolutely wild. So I mean, this screenshot as well, like, oh man, the lighting is oh, right, I hit the wrong thing. We got some more pictures there.
Oh,
those thrusters.
Yeah,
there.
These look like you typed in "build me an AI spaceship" in Space Engineers 2. Like they're just so crisp on the screen.
We got a couple. We got one more here. There it is. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's very. I can't. So it'd be hard for me to say. You know, Yoga is the best builder because there's so many already. I can never probably make that statement. But what I can say is that Yoga has definitely created among some of the best ships we've seen these first 4 days. Just using that 25 centimeter grid system to the very max. I know that I can't build this good, so this is a nice base before you guys see my ship.
This is what we're expecting, Joel. We're expecting this sort of quality.
What if I told you this is my ship, Aaron? This is Yoga was.
What we'll do is we'll put a little boot camp together for you and Yoga can go off and do like a few maybe years of building together, and then we'll see. You know, you'll come back and you'll build these beautiful ships for us every other day.
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to go on like a sabbatical of like a pilgrimage to become a professional shipbuilder. So, another really cool thing here to showcase. And again,
we keep seeing these though, Joel. Like we've seen some amazing like corridors and interiors. Like I don't know, this new building system, these small blocks allow you to build the most detailed corridors possible, though, don't they? Like you feel like you're on the Death Star, or you're running down one of these dark, horrific. Because this feels like a horror set. I feel like an alien could break out the ceiling and suck the engineer up into the vent.
And this is a corridor. These are some corridors made by Friendly Smartboard. So shout out to Friendly Smartboard. And what's amazing about these is that. It's funny, like again in SE1, we have these amazing passageway blocks and stuff like this, and this is why some people ask, will SE2 get all the blocks of SE1? And it'll get a lot of them, I think, but it's hard to say exactly what it will and what it won't, because I think it will be on a different path in the sense that because of this unified grid system, if we give the power to the players, it actually, in terms of number of like smaller blocks, maybe it opens up the potential of different corridors and different ships and like even wider. So like giving the tools to the players, if that makes sense. Because I'm showing you this one first, guys. Right? It's pretty kind of gritty, it's kind of dark, a bit kind of spooky. Amazing lighting, amazing use of the got pipes there. You got the kind of catwalks. But then check out this screenshot for a totally different vibe. Look at that.
Oh, I love that. I love how you can make it feel your own.
It's just
and I think
nuts.
That's something that's been key about Space Engineers over the years is when you build a group, you can make for some reason your style always comes through, and you'll see builders build a series of ships, a series of interiors, and it'll have that builder's sort of signature written on there without them even without them writing a signature. It's just their vibe.
No, 100%. And this is why it's cool that Friendly Smartboards sent these over, because I posted these on Reddit, because I think it's so key how they've taken the blocks, they've taken the 25 centimeter unified grid system, and this is a totally different vibe. Like I think someone commented this is like some kind of medical ship or something like that. But just you can see all the blocks they've stuck onto the walls, and one of the things, another little like teaser, I guess, is Marek has spoken about is decals will be something coming in the future as well.
Ooh.
So some of you guys may have messed around with decals in SE1. Good, solid, legendary community member, Mr. Math, actually made a very nice decal mod. So I think that another way, Marek's already touched on it, like, skins and different blocks, and, we're still, big disclaimer, we're talking future stuff here, but
Future.
just, for me, I cannot get over how much players can build with this relatively limited set of blocks and colors, and there's not like a ton of skins, but like imagine when, there will be 10 times more blocks to choose from and more skins and everything like that, and decals, like, it's just crazy how much customization players are already able to do. This is just wild.
I do like that little strip of color as well. That makes you feel like, I don't know. There was like a time period, like a Black Mesa Half-Life time, where all the corridors have a strip of color to help you guide you, to whichever medical area you're in. But yeah, it's very clean. It's very medical, isn't it? This one, that pure white. But I like the little bit of grey they put down around the edge of the corridors and the detailing work. Yeah. The detailing work they've done around the doors as well, because they put them half blast door blocks, haven't they, in place there? Just
next to the doors, right? You have the half cover walls, I think, just against the walls. Anyway, hopefully we're not getting too excited for you. I know I'm like popping off here. I just can't even, like, it's just crazy.
Let's see what's next.
Yeah, let's see what's next. We got more.
For us.
Wow. So this is a ship. Oh, I have to. That's the thing with these. I have to scroll down and find the names again. But another ship here from. Give me just a second. Should have had it. This is a ship by Aaron. Oh, by Aaron. Not this Aaron. This is Aaron with two A's rather than two R's. Aaron MSC. So we're going to have a little flick through here, because let's have a look. Look at that. Look at the top section. Those thrusters there.
That's nice, that, isn't it? I like the thrusters at the back. I like the little wings that have kind of been integrated into it. Have we got a closer look, Joel? Can we enhance?
I think we have some closer look, yes. And what's nice about this as well, you see 3 sizes of thrusters all used there. You have the I've gone blank actually. I know you have the 50 centimeter, the I've gone blank on the sizes now. Because again, are you so used to saying small ship, small grid thruster, but because I know like the gyroscope, you have the 7.5 meter gyroscope and stuff. But anyway, you have all the sizes there tucked in around that kind of rear section. So if I come there, look at that, Aaron.
it's interesting though, like the grids, like my space engineer's mind. I don't know if this is the same for you. I'm trying to compute it into what size grid is this in my head, and it's just like all of them.
I know.
This is all of them. You can combine all the different grid types together. Now, forget about being restricted to one or having to do some special improvisation to get 2 blocks that you want together. Like, yeah, the venting though. I think people are getting a bit venting obsessed, and I can see why. I think that's we should have seen enhanced level of venting on all ships from now on, definitely.
And I think this is another prime example of. There is no large grid or small grid. There is just
grid.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's funny because a build like this, I've kind of seen done in the past in SE1 using like a kind of a super gridding kind of system. They've kind of merged together a large and a small grid, but it's not very easy to do. Like it actually is very skillful to be able to do that. But also, again, the lighting and the obviously the textures. This is fantastic here.
Well, the other thing that I will mention is since the armor edges don't have edges anymore, like these grids come together.
Deal. Yes,
that could be another factor of why these feel like rendered pictures rather than actual ships in game, because there's no edges there, is there? Like that red transition into that grey on the edge near that cockpit glass, it just looks like a smooth transition. There's no massive edges that kind of break the immersion between the lines.
No, I mean, people wanted no armor edges for a long time, and obviously SE2 is the perfect time to the new technology to get those edges kind of beveled out there. So, right, let's go to there's a few more of this ship. Another angle there. That's a nice angle from kind of below there. Very nice. And now we have the next. We're getting through the pictures here, guys. This is just a sneak peek of some of them. There is a lot more out there, but it's impossible to get them all.
So much out there.
Oh, here we go. Here's another one from Yoga. So you guys, I hope you've still, because we posted this, Drewy reached out to Yoga to use this in more of the hotfix announcements. But again, this was Yoga's the same who made the blue luxury speeder, but this was the first ship that Yoga made. And again, it's just, I mean, I think they're one of the better angle. Let's see, like, this is another nice angle there as well.
Yeah, it's that glass. He really likes to use that glass, don't they? Like, the little angled cockpit. Because this, in my head, I'm like, this is a small ship, but with big glass. This is spectacular. Also, I will say the little area where it's parked is nice, isn't it? Like just having some slopes with some ambient purple lighting. It's just bringing this little set piece together.
And I think you can more easily achieve better lighting in SE2. I think it's not so hard to get nice looking screenshots, but I think in these screenshots, I think Yoga's really perfected like this platform here where you can really showcases the reflections and the prettiest lighting. Platform. So you got a couple of shots here of this ship. That's a nice one. You then see the reflection.
Stunning.
Yeah, it is.
It's just stunning, isn't it?
Aaron, this is like day 4 or 5, right? Like, where are we going to be in like year 4 or 5?
The thing is that absolutely blows me away is like 4 or 5 of Space Engineers 1. Like, if we could have done that then, this would have been mind blowing. Like, like the amount of detailing we're seeing here in these grids, and just the combination of the colors clicking together, the thrusters being able to be inset, all the venting we're seeing. I'm becoming a big fan of this venting stuff. I think we're going to see it everywhere, aren't we now? But yeah, even the little antennas on the front are lovely, and then they've got this triangular glass shape around the door at the back that looks really good as well. So yeah, if I was reviewing this ship, I'd definitely give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. There we go.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, look at them thrusters as well, just protruding like that. Oh.
But massive as well. Like, again, this will take some getting used to, like the size of the grid. Like, I'm confused. There's a door there, but there's like tiny thrusters and there's like so much detail. So yeah.
And someone was asking in the comment section as well is where to post your ships. So currently, we are looking on Reddit, we're looking on Discord, any of the social media outlets. We're also using the hashtag SE2 as well, so we can collect some of them together so we can showcase them off in the future. And there will be some showcases. There'll be more on streams. There'll be also showcases on the YouTube channel and other social media showing off what you guys are building. So make sure you get some tasty pictures and get them out there to us.
Definitely. And this is an interesting shot here of like the cross section of that ship, just to see
cross section,
all the different things that are kind of making up this and like how it's built. There's some like tubes in there. There's like some there's like steps there made out of, I assume, the catwalks, like the kind of half catwalk things there. So it's an interesting insight. Right, this was an EVE Online inspired cargo container, and again, I'm gonna have to find the name of the
beautiful brick. You know, like when someone builds a brick and it's actually like a really nice textured, shapely brick. This is what I'd call a beautiful brick.
I'm trying to see if I can find again the name to hand, unless maybe Drew will beat me to it.
The number 2 on the side and that lovely girder reinforcement that's wrapping around it. Now that is very tasty indeed. I like how they've used a lot of lighting as well, just to show it off as a little cargo container.
Oh, Marek has joined us, Aaron, as well. We have Marek watching the stream. Everyone say hi to Marek. Marek, he couldn't be here today, but rest assured you will see Marek on a stream in the very near future. So I hope all is well, Marek. We're just going through right now, Marek, some of the incredible things. I know Marek has been also glued to his screen following these builds, seeing some of the crazy rotor contraptions that people have made, the gears, some of the leaks as well, some of them water leaks. So
I just feel like printing some of these ships off and framing them, just putting them up on the wall. Like they look that good. Like I feel like all these ships people are building are just like wallpapers waiting to happen, really. And if you build a ship that's really good and having it as your wallpaper as well, that's Joel, why'd you do that to me?
I changed you mid-sentence, yeah.
Yeah, it changed it. I just look at these little hazard stripes they've put on the side as well.
Yeah.
There's some lovely detail in there, and the little luminous glow of that amberish light next to the 2 there, just revealing it so subtly.
And this is by Yazoo96. So shout out to Yazoo96 for the 25 centimeter detailed cargo container inspired by EVE Online. So there we go. Some great shots. I mean, again, this isn't a ship. This is like a big car container, but it looks awesome. And there's so much 25 centimeter detailing going on this build here. So good stuff. Right. I think we're on to the last pictures here. So this is a kind of like we've got a hangar set up here.
Yeah, he's testing out his spray gun by the look of it.
Yep. And this one is by another one by Aaron, actually. Not this Aaron. Alternate Aaron. No, Aaron MSC, who we saw earlier here. So this is another. I think. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, Aaron. This, I just realized this is, it's going to take me a second here. The ship earlier with the gray and the red that we saw, I realized that this is the same ship, but like a couple days prior, before they got to finishing it.
So this was it in the shop, was it?
Exactly. You can see it's kind of work in progress, but I'm pretty, yes, there it is. So they kind of updated the community on their progress there, but I love this shot, shot here as well. Yeah. It's very like military in the grey here. Look at
you see the beams on the hangar as well up there as well. Them sort of arch beams. Wow.
Yeah, very, very, very nice. And I think
you've got to bring.
Go on. Sorry, Aaron. You go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say you've got to bring your ship out in a few different color schemes, haven't you? You've got to like a military variant with darker, stealthy colors, and then you need like a bit of a civilian one with your cargo greens and your yellows. So yeah, it's nice. I like the idea. This was the ship at the paint shop, before I give it a spray and paint.
Oh yeah, and then I can't skip too quickly here. I think it limits me the speed, but that's the before, and then you have the after, which I'll get to here. But as I say, guys, keep tagging us, keep sharing. Here we go. This is the after I meant to get to. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Keep sharing the builds. Use the hashtag SE2 if you're on socials posting, because I know the guys are scanning that hashtag. It's a really easy way because, if you just post a screenshot, it can be hard, but I know the team are actively monitoring the hashtag SE2 hashtag to look out for anything posted. But of course, YouTube, Discord, Reddit, all the places, they're all being monitored. And our team will be trying to pull out these builds and showcase them wherever possible. So good stuff indeed here. Right. What do you reckon about some gameplay, Aaron, now?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Every time, it's time for your first ship. We're gonna give. Yeah, I think that's what it's time for. I think everyone in the chat needs to encourage him. Right,
I'm shy.
Need to build this. We need advice, right? We need help. Well, definitely gonna need some help, aren't you? But we'll get through it. We'll give it a good go. I'm here to hold your hand as well, Joel. We can get this first ship built.
All right. So, and just the question: where do people have to submit these builds? So these weren't submitted anywhere. These are ones that I picked out, to be honest. So, I mean, I think we don't have any kind of formal application process for submissions or anything like that now. But
like I said before, we will have a competition in the future, in the very near future. But at the moment, if you're spreading your designs using the SE2 hashtag, you can either post them on the Discord, you can post them on your other social medias, and we're actively looking for these builds and trying to capture them. So it is really exciting. So get them posted, guys. Let's see what you're building.
Definitely. And welcome, Ayan, as well. Another team member of the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, so here we go. I also got some tasty saves here, which I've been playing around with a bit here. But some of you guys have seen this. Like, we have the trailer. So a lot of these trailer modules and builds, I think when Steam Workshop drops, guys, you'll be able to get access to these. We showcase this a little bit on one of the streams. But But I think what we haven't showcased is maybe this one. I'm gonna load this up real quick, and maybe we'll just do a little like, maybe like 5 minutes of this before I begin my journey. So in the meantime, Aaron, if you want to, again, if you see anything in the chat, guys, if you there was lots of questions earlier. So as always, disclaimer for these live streams: if you ask a question, it's always really hard for us to get to all of them, but please feel free to repaste your question in the chat if we missed it, and we'll try to get to some more questions here today. So,
and if we have got an answer for you, we'll try and give it as well. Like sometimes there's things distant off in the future of development that we can't quite answer yet as well, so bear that in mind.
So this is a world I was sent, I believe, by this was sent to me by I think this was sent to me by Smoky, one of our designers who builds a lot of the ships you see. And this is called the Medium Modules world. So they sent this over to me to show on stream at some point. And again, we have a beautiful looking cockpit here. Sorry, I had to just turn off the preview on the thing just to save some performance.
Right.
So you have to
as well, so I can see.
A bit delayed. So you can see some of these amazing ship modules that have been put together here. And
so you're saying to me maybe you're thinking of using some of these to put your first ship together?
Or I feel like for my first ship I'm gonna like, I can do this any other time. I can definitely slap these together and build something. But I feel like, I guess for my first build I'm gonna have to build from scratch, right? So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this, and maybe we can do a little play here. But a couple of really beautiful builds, and I know that you guys would like I could. No one saw this, so I could have posted this on Reddit and been like, yo, my first ship. People would have been downing me in the comments, but still. But it's fantastic work by Smoky. Smoky has been with Keen for some time, and a lot of the trailer, SE1 trailer and SE1 trailers and SE2 trailers and builds in the game.
Can we go inside? Can we peer inside this one? I like that it's got like a little protected glass window at the front.
Yeah,
I wonder as well if we'll see some like faithful replicas of older ships that we used to see in Space Engineers 1 as well come back to life with more interior. It'd be nice to see some side-by-side ships just to see what level of detailing you could go to in SE2 compared to what you got up to in, Space Engineers 1 as well.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think... How many of you guys out there have been, like... A couple of questions, I guess. How many of you have been rebuilding ships that you may have... one of your favorite ships in SE1, or you're rebuilding it? Or... kind of in addition to that, how many of you guys have been trying out the importer tool? So importing builds from SE1 to SE2, and obviously you will have to do some work on them because it will replace blocks that SE2 doesn't have with armor. But I'm really curious to know if you guys have been kind of rebuilding ships, or have you actually been kind of more so starting anew and just like, building stuff from scratch? I'll be really curious to know.
And while they're having a minute to think about that as well, there's a few questions have popped up. I'll just quickly glance at some of them here. And one of the questions about, will these streams focus now on SE2? No, we'll still be doing SE1 streams in the future, won't we, Joel, as well?
Exactly, actually. I think we actually have some material as well prepared for SE1. I think today's stream, we're already kind of, I wouldn't say behind schedule, but like it seems that we're pretty busy today, Aaron, but there will be more streams in the coming weeks. I think, weekly streams are definitely something. And I think, obviously right now, we're pretty hot on old SE2 because it is fresh out the oven and there's a lot of stuff.
It's literally the launch week, pretty much, isn't it? So for the moment, we need to be hot on it and showing you what people are up to and what people are doing. But like we said, there is plenty going on in SE1. The 206 update is right around the corner, and it has some really cool blocks hidden within it as well.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably, we might do like a mixed stream, where we can do like half of it will be SE1 related, because I think it can be quite nice for people to kind of just share with the whole community what's going on in both games. And then maybe sometimes it'll be SE2 focused. Maybe, as we approach the release of a update for SE1, we can kind of do more SE1 stuff. So I definitely think it will be mixed up. But yes, fear not, guys. plenty more, and that goes for videos as well. That also goes to videos, because obviously there's been a lot of SE2 videos, but I'm sure Aaron will be cooking some SE1 videos as well.
Yeah, there is some in the cooking pot right now, so we're going to have a new batch of SE2 and SE1 videos on the way to you guys shortly as well. Of course, we're delivering a lot of SE2 content on the YouTube channel at the moment, but it is brand new, fresh out the oven, so we want to focus on that for the moment, on the video making side. But Space Engineers 1 is being worked on in the background there, so don't panic. And there is videos coming out for SE1 as well. There's a lot of things we can cover and show off that's happening inside the community.
Right now, Aaron, I'm just showcasing the lighting again. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't know how to describe it, but like flying around this asteroid with that, like, you know, darkness, and then, you know, the reflections. Like,
and there's also a few
good.
questions popping up about the importer tool. So on the latest blog post, there is a link to the importer, so you can import your ship from SE1 to SE2 if you want to do that. As Joel said before, the little disclaimer is there will be some blocks missing, and it won't be 100% perfect because not all the blocks that are in SE1 are in SE2, of course. But yes, it is on the blog post on Marek's blog. I'll even put a link in the chat here shortly, if I can get a minute.
Yeah, thanks for nailing those questions, because as you guys know from these streams I'm doing for some years now, and all over the place, it's very hard to multitask and play the game and answer questions. So it's good that I'm just focused right now. I'm lost in the source of SE2.
Because the other thing is, some of the questions that you're asking, the people we're going to get them people on to answer the questions, the developers who are focusing on these particular features. So in later streams, these sort of heavy development based questions, we'll put them towards the developers that are working on that feature, and they'll give you a much clearer answer than me, the community manager, or Joel can as well. So we don't want to confuse you by giving you the wrong answer, so to say, as well.
Definitely. Me and Aaron are very good at yapping. That's our speciality. Yapping. But
there's still plenty of questions about rotor system hinges. So these are all planned in the future. We are going to get physical blocks back, but I can't give you a timeline on them. But it'll be something definitely to look forward to. And how people will utilize them blocks with this new building system is probably going to blow our minds, isn't it, Joel?
Oh, 100%. And I think just on that point, like, we've already said it a few times, but like the reality is that these mechanical blocks have spawned some of the most memorable and impressive creations in Space Engineers of all time. So it wouldn't be Space Engineers without pistons and rotors and hinges, to be honest.
They've also caused the most clang that I've ever seen. So these pistons, rotors, and hinges are some of the most clangy blocks as well, the most dangerous, the ones that keep the developers up at night worrying about what you players are going to build with them. So they do need a lot of extra development or time in the oven, so to say.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, there was speculation about is Clang dead? I have heard rumors of his re-emergence. Well, we shall see. Clang is dead. Long live Clang and all that. So.
Oh no, he is definitely alive and ticking. We've been tying him. We've been strapping him down and trying our best to hold him back, but he is trying to get out. So hopefully, with the community's help and feedback and bug reports, we can keep him, at bay. We're doing our best there.
I know we have members of our QA team tuning in today as well, so they'll be keeping an eye out. They always keep an eye out here. So. No, it's good stuff. What else you see?
That link as well.
Oh yeah, go for it. What else are you seeing there, Aaron?
I'm just grabbing the link at the moment.
Okay,
so
good.
That they can use the grid exporter.
That's good.
And then I'll put this in the chat, and then we can have a little nosy through again.
Yeah, this ship completely threw me off again with the size. I thought it was kind of smaller, but then I realized I'm sat in there. What do you guys? Let me ask you guys. You've seen both of these two ships by Smoky. Which ones did you prefer? Do you prefer the yellow one with the kind of flat cockpit, slightly more industrial, or do you prefer the white one here, which is kind of more like looks more like a shuttle kind of, say shuttle with some cargo on it as well. I'm just going to put some lights on
in the
here,
chat.
So, go, yeah, it's good.
So I've got a link in the chat there to the ship converter if you guys want to convert your ships or have a bit of an experiment around with that as well. Oh, that sunlight, though, how it reflects and shines off that side as well. Reminds me of a fish, this ship, Joel. It's like a bit of a fish.
It does. No, I get the fish vibes. Yeah, I see that. Okay, there's some. Got more intakes here. I guess I'll just put them here.
Add some more intakes.
Right.
Yeah, look at that. You know, we could even show off a little bit of an interior. Maybe you could build a kitchen sink in there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah. All right. I just wanted to see the lighting here as I fly into this darker section of the asteroid. See all these spotlights.
Because I'll reflect back to because we had a bit of a chance, didn't we, Joel, to build with some of the YouTubers.
Oh,
and
yes.
we built a big ship together. Oh, well, not a big ship. It was kind of a medium-sized ship. But the ideas that everyone brought to the table in terms of detailing, like some of them put in shelves, some of them built in hydrogen bottles by colouring the rounder blocks in a certain colour. Like, there was lots of different building techniques that brought this ship together. I applied my segment copying and pasting sort of tactic to it to add some extra tubes on the outside, and it was truly a beautiful ship done by a selection of different build styles, so it had no sort of precedent to what it would look like at the beginning. It was lovely.
Oh, it was. I mean, I don't know whatever happened to that ship, but it was yeah, probably 6-7 people kind of contributed to it, and yeah, that was an interesting test for sure. It was very nice as well. I mean, I don't know if I saw Lunar Colony out in the chat, but if Luna's there, not Lunar, Luna. If Luna's in the chat, Luna kind of took the lead on that and spent actually, I think, I could be wrong, but spent probably the most time building. They were really glued to the old the test PCs there we had set up.
Yeah, because I don't know about you, but I don't know if the harder bit was starting the ship or finishing it. Because when so many people had worked on one ship and you kind of had to tie all the elements in as the last sort of builder who was working on it, plus you had to pick the color scheme, I think that was pretty hard. But then placing the first few blocks was also going to decide, what the whole of that ship was going to look like. So it was a really interesting challenge to see a group of people, each picking up the controller. We had some left-handed players as well mixed in there. So it was nice to see what issues they ran into in like a live setting.
I'm just again, Aaron, seeing the lighting changes, the spotlights. Do you see how before I put these ones on the top, because these spotlights were like under the build and were kind of getting blocked, you saw like this. You guys saw what I was on the stream, right? You saw what I was talking about. There was like this shape really sharply being cast in the rocks, and now I can see a little bit better here. And I am only using the kind of the smallest, small spotlights here, but that again was an interesting thing where I kind of needed to add them to the top as well to get the full light coverage there. I really like this ship actually.
Very nice.
I'll take it out in a second. I'll build some interior to it. This can all be part of my training, the warm up.
Yeah, the warm up before we build something horrible. Oh no, sorry, no, it'll be nice. I'm sure it'll be nice, Joe.
Outrageous, outrageous.
Let's have a look what other questions are popping up here. We've got questions about progressive thrust. Not something I can really answer about that at the moment, but we are looking at how ships handle and respond and taking your feedback on board. So if that's something you're interested in and you think you can provide it as feedback, send that in and then we can learn a bit more about it and see what other players think as well. Another question is, can we have all the blocks in all the sizes? This will be another thing that needs to be looked at in terms of what blocks will be available to you. The idea at the moment is you've got more limited detailing blocks so that you don't, I wouldn't say overuse them, but you understand that the smaller block sizes are a detailing block, so to say, as well. A question about PCU. So PCU as well will increase over time, I believe. So as we tackle different performance hits and we work out how to make the performance better in areas, that'll increase. The same with as we add all these physics blocks in the water, all of these other things, we'll have to be constantly balancing performance and working out, what's the perfect mixture there as well to get things right.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that was. I think I commented that at some point was the fact that yes, the PCU thing's definitely. I see players talking about it already, and I think you can probably expect there to be increases in PCU as time goes on, but also I'm sure there'll be some kind of option for you to turn that off if you choose to, But I think for this, I think for this initial release, this is kind of what the guys decided on. But yeah, I do see the conversations about PCU and wanting more. So yes, also seeing those comments for sure.
Lovely. Will there be a way to carve into the bigger blocks, subtractive building? So this is not something at the moment, but of course, provide it as feedback. But you can cut out a big block and then replace it with your smaller blocks. So there isn't a carving of a big block, so to say, but you can remove that smaller block and build that section you want out of the smaller blocks.
Okay, I'm going to build something. Incredible.
All right, let's get some sort of flooring or a room of some kind. Maybe you could even do it in one area and then just repeat it around the whole ship.
All right.
And there's some questions about reworking the UI. Yes, the UI is going to be reworked in many different ways. The HUD's even being looked into. So everything you're seeing at the moment is still in very early stages of development.
No, I guess I need to...
There we go. That's looking like something else. Have you built a shelf?
I have built a shelf.
Is it a shelf? Wow.
Look, I'll tell you what I'll do for this shelf. Wait, I'll build one more out. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's put a block of cheese on that shelf.
Oh yeah, because this would make a really good like little troop hatch, wouldn't it, at the front here, where you could kind of disembark quickly if you need to.
Oh yeah.
Some safety railings in there. The health and safety department would be very pleased. Do we want any symmetry on here, Joel?
Oh.
Before...
I actually wasn't going to build symmetry. I was actually trying to build it differently on each side. I was taking a bold step. We can show off symmetry mode though as well. So.
And there's a question about, is Twitter being watched as well for creations? Yes, we are actively watching all the social media outlets. So if you do post something with SE2 and we do come across it, then we will capture it and have a look at it if we can do. But there is so many creations out there. You've got to understand that we can't, look at every single one in these upcoming videos and spotlights from the community as well. So if we don't pick your grid or we don't come across it, then I'm sorry about that. But there is literally so much to go through.
They'll be trying though.
Yeah, we're trying, and then for them big, amazing ones, we're capturing and looking at it almost like it's a high quality render, like we've already seen here tonight. Because I'm having a look. This as well. The other thing is, I know you guys love to ask very specific questions about very specific features, and me and Joel are not the people to be asking them. We'll have developers on in future streams who you can ask these very specific questions to about different things that are happening in the future, such as the weapons and what things are planning. But from our perspective, we can really only guarantee things that are in this current vertical slice, can't we, Joel? Or talk about them as well. I mean, we can have a peek into the future and tell you what we've heard and what we've seen without releasing too many spoilers. But some of the things that are very specific due to what you're after, we can't answer.
One of the things I'm not sure if you touched on, Aaron, is the R. We have like the R switching the sizes. I think this is actually something that's already been brought up, and I think this is something. I don't know if you can say any more on that right now, but I know it's something
I think we can. So, because at the beginning of this stream, we said that all the controls are being looked at, and we're taking your feedback on board, and the cycling with the R key, and also some people saying the R key being misleading about sizes, and it's more of like a cycle through key.
Yeah.
Then that's something we're looking at to actually fix. We're looking for a better control position for it, as well as people that are experiencing cramping their pinky from holding the control key for long periods of time. That's something else we're looking into as well. So we will improve this control set, and we'll make sure that your little finger can survive a long play session, so to say.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do here. I'm looking for
some steps, maybe. Could we get a ladder in of some kind?
Yeah, I feel like maybe I'm still on this thing where I'm trying to find a block which doesn't yet exist yet. We'll see. Let's see.
Well, with so many blocks in so many different sizes, sometimes you can find a block that would do the job that you wouldn't really, usually expect.
Yeah.
To kind of fit the position.
I was trying to find the. Okay. Maybe you guys will let me know if it's. Let's see.
talk to us, Joe. What are we thinking here? Because
I was just making it a bit smoother. Like
floor.
we've got the floor here, so we've got like these. Oh, I'm gonna put a gravity generator down as well, so we can actually.
So we need to think in steps when we're building, don't we? A bit. So are we looking to try and get a ramp to get in and out of this?
Yeah, I think the entrance is at the front, but obviously this would be prime for a you know a flappy entrance. But maybe I actually change it up. And we do like we close that up with some glass, and then we add just like a door on the side maybe. But I'm just gonna find a place for this grav gen right now. Let's see.
Try and tuck it in. It's gonna be a bit of a chunker in there.
It is.
It could go in the center.
There we go. Here we go.
You could do some decorating around it.
Oh yeah, I see. That's not a bad point actually. If we delete, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, we can have it up vertically, and then it could be something nice to stare at as well while we're building.
Oh, I made a mistake, but no problem. I can undo.
Oh, with the lovely controls ad.
Exactly.
Look at that fine placement, the grid method coming up there. It's lovely, isn't it? Nice precision placement mode. Yeah, I think you should go there. If we take out that central block there, we can get that gravity generator in there easy. So a little bit of a trimming.
Oh, there we go.
Make sure you don't trim anything in the... Oh, there we go. Back and forth. Look at that. Speed and efficiency, Joel, there. You can see the you can see the focus on your face.
I know. I'm like... That's the problem. Like, I need... well, if I need to...
Because I agree with you, though. I was just going to say, like, it is hard to focus on building because when I'm building like you're building right now, I'm so into the process of trying to work out where my next blocks are being placed. Like I'm thinking with this here, we could extend that block that goes around it and wrap it around it so it looks like it's secured in place, perhaps with, you know, some more small detailing cubes. But these little side rooms could be good as well. You could turn these into a little portable toilet or somewhere to, you know, store some extra supplies if need be. Maybe a cargo container in there. Funnily enough, I've seen a lot of really detailed toilet designs over the last few days for people's ships.
Have you now?
Like, yeah.
Wow.
I think people are really reading into this sort of living and breathing ship because, I mean, some people are going into such great detail. They'll add a shower in, they'll add the storage in, they'll detail around where perhaps a jump drive room could go in the future. Oh,
yes. Yeah, it's so true. It's a good thing you're here, Aaron, because I just go very quiet, and I think in the past when I was streaming, I'm just playing. It's very rare for me to actually play the game because I'm a professional yapper. So
yeah, like I think with these little ramps that you've done here, we could add some supports to either side of them and kind of wrap them up to the ceiling. Because something I've really been enjoying seeing a lot of these builds is people use that detailing cube to look like it's some sort of support bridge.
Okay.
That holds parts of the ship together. Because you've got to think there's going to be some pressures acting upon this ship, so having it just empty like this, how are you ever, when water comes, Joel, going to descend from space, plunge into the ocean, and then hide in your secret underground base?
This is like, that's honestly what you've just described is like my dream for. Well, that's actually not. It's actually this isn't 25 centimeters. Yeah, that's literally my dream for. Space
I think that's a lot of people's dreams, to be honest.
Having the moon, like having like a moon pool, you know.
Yeah, because the way water's looking at the minute, the idea of coming out of water and you see the water run off the side of your ship as you come out, like we've all seen it in like sci-fi movies, like even in the Battleship movie when that large alien craft comes out the water and all the water slides off the side.
Oh yeah.
But I think there'll be a lot of trial and error because I feel there's a lot of people who are going to think their ships are going to be, you know, watertight, and then they'll plunge into the water and they'll just be completely consumed. There'll be a lot of ships sitting on the bottom, so to say, won't they?
Oh, 100%. I mean, having these new categories of vehicles, it's just going to be... Like, how many of you guys do you feel like will spend most of your time underwater? I'm curious. But then the thing is, there are a lot of players who just enjoy being out in space. That's the other thing as well.
Yeah,
so.
You're right. There's a lot of players who'd go, oh, we don't need planets in our life. You know, we just want to live in the vastness of space and explore between asteroids. A simpler life, so to say.
Oh yeah. So that's why I don't know if it's so. There we go. Trying to build like something. So I'm not sure, honestly, like how when that comes, like if people will be out in space or if we'll see. Underwater, because maybe it'll be a pretty it's a good place to hide, but I guess that kind of comes with what kind of gameplay would come with being underwater. What advantages might you have other than being harder to find, you know.
Because it'll be interesting when pressure and other things, you know, come into effect of, you know, how will that all work, or it'll be, because that's something from my perspective I still don't quite know yet. So from a community perspective, that must be really exciting to understand how water will interact with blocks. I know at the press conference they discussed if, for instance, you had a village on the other side of a dam, and you dropped that dam, would that village be destroyed? And they said at the current moment in time, the water's not been set to destroy, you know, like the blocks, but in the future it could be. Yes, so it's because I mean we've even looked at things like how the water flows through different block sizes and out. I mean, these are all things that were shown in this press conference, and I'm sure the footage from that will be out there and available soon anyway, not through our outlets, but through various different social media from the influencers and YouTubers. So
it's coming.
It should be quite an exciting one to find.
I think you mentioned that, I think just before the stream, you know, some of this has already gone out there, hasn't it?
Yeah, because the whole idea of showing this was to put it out there and get you guys excited for the future as well, because there is so much being worked on. And like Marek said in the last stream, multiplayer is something that's been baked into this right from the beginning as well as the other features. And when you guys are trying to sneak peek at some of these features, it just shows it even clearer that these are features that are baked into the game and have been developed right from the start of SE2 as well. And that's probably crucial to getting the best performance out of it.
All right, Aaron. It's slow here. I don't know if you guys think
it's looking good though. It's looking good, Joel.
I've taken an empty room, and I think I'm making some progress. This is like my training here, but like I like to think I got a decent eye. This is where chat's like, this is junk.
See, this is it. With these little detailing blocks, you can get these nice little corners detailed out and really focus on bringing some areas. It does look like a play center though, Joel. I've just realized that now.
Yeah, you
like,
get the slides.
Coloring, it's got like these little safety barriers and slides. I think you can definitely enjoy it.
I actually think I can see that. I can actually see that, Aaron. I can see that. Let's see if I can make it. Man, I'm just loving this though. I'm obviously having a great time building.
Yeah, I just love how the spray gun makes the actual painting more interactive. Like in the past, as soon as like you had welding and grinding in Space Engineers 1, but this was something that we really needed because it just adds to the immersion of it. You don't just click and the block changes now. You get that little burst of paint, and there it goes.
And that undo redo for painting will be useful too at some point. But yeah, there we go. And what I do want to try real quick, I probably won't stick with it, but what I want to do is show you guys just how quickly, let's say, I mean, I actually like this white and yellow vibe. It's actually very nice, but I do think I'm a big fan of blue. So let's come in here.
Ooh.
Actually, no, let's stay out here and use the brilliant select color. We're going to select color, and we're going to do maybe the.
Why don't you change the yellow color to something? Because I feel if
that's
you
what I'm
change
doing.
the other color,
that's what I'm
everyone
doing.
will scream in horror. As you violate the ship.
So now I'm going to just come into the yellow. I got blue selected. You can see it down there, and I'm going to middle mouse button. Boom. That is something that is incredibly. Oh, it didn't work. I guess it's a different shade. Oh, it's because it must be a different shade.
I'm not up to that stage yet because I'm still watching the live one. So I'm yet to see you change the color to yet.
I think it's because the yellow on the inside's are different. There's like two because each color has like a lighter and a darker shade. So I think
it does look good in blue though.
It does look good in blue and black. All right, let's come in here. So I'll try that again with this. There we go. Yeah, so this was just a different color here. But man, yeah, this looks sick. What do you reckon, guys? Blue or yellow? Or red or green?
Ooh,
that looks very nice. Look at that. Fantastic. And just to have all these, I think you guys are probably seeing that a lot of these blocks that you can't necessarily interact with that much yet. They have there's a lot of animations, and I think that also brings things together really nicely. So I think that's another theme that you can be expecting to kind of continue. with blocks.
Yeah, it just gives you something to watch, doesn't it? Really, I find the gyroscope absolutely like mesmerizing. Like I'd start here, when I was putting together some of the videos, I'd just sit there watching it. But what's really nice is when you do shoot a reactor and you blow a hole in it, the gas starts leaking out of it, and you get these sort of correct vibes and stuff of what's going on. But yeah, as there is more moving parts added to some of these blocks as well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with some of the other blocks in terms of animations. Like I don't want to give any hints away or anything, but there is a lot of other blocks that could have perhaps some moving or rotating parts added to them.
Oh yes, I think I think some of them people won't have to wait that long. I love actually putting this. Again, I'm really enjoying the unified grid system here. Like I can put this little light on this little column like this. I think I'm going to put the light like this. I think some in the middle, maybe. Maybe like this. I think there's one other thing is the symmetry mode has come up. I think there's some people talk. I mean, the fact that symmetry mode doesn't always it doesn't stay on. I think that's something that the team is also.
Yep, that is exactly that. That is something that we've taken your feedback, taken your bug reports, and we're working to keep symmetry mode on as you change through blocks and different systems, because it does switch itself off at the most, annoying time possible. And sometimes you don't spot it, and if you don't catch it, then you build a big segment, and then you go, oh, damn it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of feet. So that's definitely, again, the reason that you guys are obviously giving the feedback is to help us, of course, but in the sense that like there is a lot of things I feel like that, like I think the team was probably aware of this. It was just a matter of like getting to that, if that makes sense. And maybe there was a so still it looks like how's we looking on the questions then, Aaron?
We've got a good mixture of questions in. There's some questions that are so specific that I can't really answer because I don't know where that particular feature is going. Me personally, I have to inquire with the developers and the people that are responsible for the specifics of that to get an answer for something like that. Like there's questions about faulty block statement, like will blocks have faulty stages, and that's just something I couldn't answer. I don't know. Like yes, they will have to. When we do shoot at one, it gets destroyed, but that would probably be in a later stage. With how much damage they take, or will the block go offline after a certain amount of damage. And then like the other question is, will we have a full set of armor blocks as detailing blocks? That's another question that I can't answer. So we'll have to, Joel, bring on some developers, get them to sit in here with us and get them, to try and answer some of these questions that they want they want specific answers for. The feature questions are a bit hard because I always feel when the community ask the developers a feature question, it's like, oh, that's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
Like it's something that player has focused and spent a lot of time developing in their own head, and sometimes it's a bit away from what the core game is. So if you do have a very specific idea, put it to us in the feedback, and then we can tell you if it's planned or if it's like, wow, this is actually an interesting thing and we could consider this in the future.
All right, I put some glass in. If I done it the wrong way around, I'm not sure. But
I also noticed there's some discussions about having wiring and more complex sort of ways of powering and engineering your ship. But for the scope of the game and keeping things simple, the existing way of powering grids is something that they're focusing on at the moment, rather than trying to run too many complex wiring bits through your ship. Because think of it as well as a new player who's entering into the game, you need to be able to understand these systems quite quickly. Or else it just becomes a massive learning curve, and almost like a learning curve before even entry, before you can play it. Because I don't know about you guys in SE1, but a lot of new players who come into SE1, they are faced with a big block of a learning curve where they have a lot to learn, and they almost need another engineer to take them under the wing, don't they, Joel?
Yeah, well, sometimes we can all do with a helping hand to get them stuck in, and I think, and that also comes back, I think, having the workshop and having people collaborating, and I think getting inspired, I think is going to be huge, to be honest, because I think I'm still in some senses learning what is possible with the build system in SE2, and when you look at builds like we saw earlier from like Yoga and stuff, like you're like, okay, people are really cooking with this with this system already. Because I sometimes open up and I'm like, I'm just messing around with it. I honestly, I'm not sure quite sure what I'm achieving, but I'm just like decorating this interior. And I think, that reminds me, I think that is what we will see. We'll see a lot of, actually. It will be like people spending a lot longer on their interiors, detailing them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're going to see a lot of players spending more time refining the shapes, and that's something they can do now. So when it comes to building each element of your ship, you're not restricted, because I don't know about you, but on a large ship interior, Joel, I always struggled to make a large ship interior look good.
Yeah,
like, I mean, I'm going to say there were some players who were absolutely nailing it, and they were making large ship interiors look amazing. But I could get basic corridor shapes, but when it came to trying to add intricate details and venting and pipes going above or below the floor, I just struggled. And having these smaller blocks allows a player just to create exactly what they want within that design.
Yeah, I see some. I saw a comment about. This is again. I'm just catching some comments here about the vertical slice. So again, guys, we don't have any. Yeah, obviously, the dates. But I say, well, like, I think the safest is really just a reminder of what Marek said about the next 6 months, and that is that within the next 6 months, you can expect, workshop modding to come, and the VS2, so Planet Survival, will be no sooner than 6 months. But I think the aim is still I think I'm trying to remember now what you said. I'm trying to think now.
So there is. I mean, I do keep seeing people asking, could multiplayer come sooner within the timeline?
Yeah, that's definitely.
I keep seeing that pop up, but the timeline at the moment, guys, there's a lot of features that really need to be looked at before multiplayer gets there. Because when multiplayer gets there, you guys will go bananas. And if we can nail down these other aspects before everyone starts going crazy together, it'll be a lot more stable for your multiplayer experience, definitely.
Yeah.
Because we know what they like, don't we, when they get together on a server? There's some of the things that players come up with, and the things they try to do to each other as well.
Yeah, the multiplayer definitely adds a lot of challenges. So there's some core mechanics that I think is still really important for the team to focus on. That these will all be things that will be inside of. I'm going to save the game. I haven't saved it yet. Or save as. All right. Okay. I haven't been this quiet on stream for years.
So yeah, if you guys want to have a look, the timeline is fully available on the website, so you can go through it and check all the points right there, and you can see when different things are designed to come online. So it'll be an exciting challenge, but like we said, with the transparency, every time a new vertical slice is coming up, we'll start covering the features of it. We'll start showing you exactly what you've got to look forward to. We'll be in contact with various creators as well, so they'll be showing you things and giving you some of the nice previews as well. So there's just a lot of excitement to come, but at this really early stage, we need to nail these basics, don't we, Joe? We need to make sure the foundation of the game is a really fun experience for players to build with.
Fun and stable as well.
Yeah, just having this creative mode like this is the core. This part's going to lead to every element of gameplay. How you place these blocks, how you click them into position. If you use the symmetry tools, use the other copy and paste, and it'll also allow us to develop better techniques as well on features that you might want to assist in your building. So as you're building, if you see that or think there's a way of doing it better, jump on our feedback page and provide us with some nice feedback as well.
All right, I'm going to have to come in here and do some painting in a second here, but...
Oh, I'm seeing a nice little bit of tubing going on there. Is this a bench? Are you building like a
little
bench?
I don't know. I just changed... This was like a basic shelf, but now I'm thinking I'm using like the half cover walls here and building something. I got to paint this, but let's do...
A bit more advanced. Very nice, indeed.
All right.
Because you never told me too much about the ships you built in the past, Joel. Have you got like a signature ship that you built?
Back in the day.
Is it many moons ago? Because I know I've had quite a few signature ships. Like we've had the Henry.
Yeah, of course.
brings his face up every now and then. To be honest, I tried to build a Henry quite recently. So Henry's like a small ship with 2 engine
I remember
base
Henry. An SE2 Henry then, because I'm sure people
he was going to be in one of the SE2 trailers, and then I thought, oh no,
Easter egg.
No, we'll save him for something else. But yeah, basically, as soon as I started building him, I went, wow, with these new blocks though, I can make him even more detailed. So I thought, right, he needs a revamp, like a Mark 20 edition or something. Like there's so many evolutions of crafting these ships, and you can just go over and over your design now in SE2 as well with these fine details.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'd call I have a big ship, but I guess it's like a signature kind of. But man, it is like in terms of scale, it's huge. So it would be like a huge undertaking, I think, to make an SE2 with all the detailing and everything else. So,
like, what would you say your building sort of technique is? Do you do a few hours each night, or would you do an hour, or would you try and blast out a ship all in one go? Because it'd be interesting to see what the.
I'm laughing because. I mean, I feel like honestly, Aaron, I think I'm making a new build star at this very moment. Because it's been so long. I was a wee lad when I guess when I was building hardcore again. Yeah, people in the chat will be, I'm sure, bullying me about it. But yeah, so right now, like, it's kind of a good thing because it's like SE2 is like a fresh start for me. I'm almost like a new player. I've never seen Space Engineers in my life. Like it kind of feels like that, and it's kind of good. Like I feel like, you know, I'm definitely not at the yoga level or the Aaron MSC level, but I'm pretty proud of my interior, guys. Give me like, okay, that could be for effort, but give me like a out of 10 rating for my build interior building so far. You can say 3 out of 10. It's all right.
I'm thinking we get into like a 6.5.
I'll take that. 6.5. I'll be happy with that.
We need some curves. We need some curves, and we need to split. At the moment, Joel, this is very open plan.
Yeah, but indeed. But Aaron, you've seen my house. I like an open plan room. I like it nice and spacious.
Yes, you do like it quite spacious.
Yeah, but I know.
We could definitely like add some arches in here. We could curve some walls up. We could maybe even put some brackets down, like something to secure this gyroscope there on the top.
Well, yeah, that's why I was thinking of these kind of like side bracket things here that I got going on. But yeah, we could do something more around that. We got a mix. We got 2.
You got some
7.5. 11 out of 10. 5. I'm happy. Anything with 5 and above, I'm
Someone
happy.
Was very generous. They give you a 7.3.
I know. There we go. Wow. All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks for believing in me. There's still hope. There's still hope for me.
An 8. You've got an 8 there, Joel. You're doing really well.
Love it.
A lot of open potential, apparently.
I know. I honestly, there's a lot. I honestly love building, but like, I'm terrible at like multitasking, and streamers are supposed to be like good at multitasking. So, it's one thing like just yapping and reading chat, but like, do it like. As you see, like I've been pretty good because I've just been left to build a little bit here. You've been talking, but
to be honest, it's coming together. Like I just think we need some more. We need to split some rooms up, put some airlocks in. Like because the other thing I always say to when I'm building with people is my pet peeve is, does this room have a purpose? Like what is the point of this particular room that you're building?
Yeah.
Like it could just be a bedroom or a toilet or a hallway, but the way my mind works is it needs some sort of purpose. Is this just going to be a room to get to another room? And if so, if it was, well, what would I store in there? Would I store like a little cabinet for my spare suit parts? If this has got a really powerful reactor in here, would I want to put a shelf where I'd put a fake fire extinguisher?
It's a good way of approaching it, to be honest. I think I think like the problem you've probably seen is when I'm talking. Like now, I can't place blocks.
Right, well,
I can't talk and place blocks. So this is good. But no, I agree on that point. Like I mean, thinking about when when you come like, okay, what could this room be?
Yeah. I think we should pick an area and just have a little bit of a think about it for five or so minutes as we build. Like, pick an area, we'll go over there, we'll get the chat involved, we'll get them giving you some thoughts of what we could do with that section.
Okay.
And then if we throw enough things here at you, we'll get some ideas back. I mean, we could use some of the catwalk blocks, couldn't we, to section off this area, put some venting up, and try and work out what's going on.
I was about to start putting some more rounded blocks down. I'm just trying to figure out that it won't center, will it? Because it's like a 2. We need like
we've got a comment saying that they're loving the feeling of building in SE2 so far. They're excited about the amount of detail.
Oh, that's a shame that doesn't fit. Oh, I can.
Oh, are you getting tubey cylinders in there?
I'm getting tubey. Yeah, I'm getting.
Because at the moment, while there's no conveyors connecting some of these up, even the smaller ones, makes it feel like there's some sort of piping going on. So yeah, you're onto something here, Joel. You're definitely onto something. Is it just too long?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. Like just putting this across the room like that, but maybe.
Because you could always connect it to both sides, and then the middle you could put a normal block and make it look like it's connected to the ceiling, like the pipe's being supported.
All right. I'll do a cross like that. Do 2 across. And hold on. And then this will be it will be going from there, so it's going to be.
Because we've seen quite a few of these like little ceiling pipes or floor pipes in a lot of the designs as well.
Let's think.
Yeah. Because there is a new word that I've heard circulating in the community, and I have not heard this word like in my circles. Is it called greebling? Greeble?
Yes.
Is this new word?
I'm very familiar with the greeble game.
Because I come from the side of small ship gone wild. That was what I used to refer to it as. You take the small ship and people would go bananas with the small ship blocks to detail things. But this greebling really seems to be.
This is we got some greeblers out there, that's for sure. No, greebling is it's in SE1 it's a lot. Well, you tend to be doing greeble on a larger scale, so you're using like the 1x1, 2.5 minute blocks of greeble. But here, like it's still confusing a little bit. Like, is this a large grid? Is this a small grid? No, this is just grid. But it's you can
still find the same amount of detail in it.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. It is a challenge to both focus, build, and read the comments all at the same time, and then try to come up with something. What is it you put on the shelf? You put a little mug on there or something? Like a little.
It was a bit of cheese actually.
Oh, a bit of cheese.
Yeah, it was cheese, but now it's blue cheese.
Because it converted to colours.
See,
because I know I know at the moment they don't have the Control Z on the paint colors, but I know Marek was saying that they'd like to bring the Control Z on the paint in the future as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said earlier today. I think that's not too far away. Having the like undo redo on the paints as well. Definitely been asked about quite a fair bit here, so.
Because I know the other addition that the community have been bringing up is if you separate a part by mistake, it disconnects it from the redo, the undo redo steps, so you can't reclip that piece you've accidentally separated together.
So
it'll be interesting to see what we do with that in the future, or if there is anything we can do in terms of accidentally deconnecting a block. But yeah, that's looking good. There just needs a bit of colour on them pipes and a bit of catwalk above them. And then one day when them stickers come in, we can get some, health and safety warnings going on.
Oh yeah, decal.
I tell you, them
decal fun.
It'll be interesting to see what sort of decals come out of it as well.
Yeah, what kind of decals? Yeah, like when we talk about, I mean, I think it's still, I say early days, guys, but. When you think like decals, what would you want to see in like from decals? If that makes sense. What do you when you hear that? What do you hear when you think, Aaron, when you hear that?
I think warning stickers, but like the other side of me says like horror, like blood splatters, but I don't that like imagine that, right? Like I always like to go with a theme in my ship. Like I like my ships to tell a story.
Yeah.
So when someone comes aboard, like what's happened there? Like, is this ship been doing routine smuggling operations between two planets? Is there lots of hidden hidey holes where these canisters have been stashed? Or has this ship been subject, to some creature from outer space has boarded it? And if you had the stencils or the stickers, you could cover this thing, head to toe in weird spider footprints or whatever creatures. It'd be quite immersive. Basically, the stickers bring a whole new level of immersion to your design. And on top of that, if you could just get some arrow stickers as well, just to point people in the right direction every now and then, because I know in SE1 people go out of their way with LCD screens to try and help show people around the ship. So we'll just have to see what comes with that as well.
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, we've seen blood, bullet holes, keep calm cat poster, custom decals, faction logos, hazard decals. QR codes that actually work. What could that lead to?
The other thing, I don't know. That wouldn't be good though. Because the other thing that the other thing that reminds me. Do you ever remember when you used to do those spray tags where they'd spray? Is it like GTA or is it?
Yeah. That's what.
Like,
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like, I'm just thinking that people like tag someone's ship, like vandalize someone's ship now, like they spray their faction logo. I mean,
like
I don't know.
Aaron was here or something like that.
Yeah, like I don't know to the extent that the feature will go, but I mean, like if you can, well, of course there'll be custom tags, won't there, when people mod them?
Yeah.
So you could just, tag ours here or something, or something relatively memey.
I can see it. I can see it. Oh, well, actually, talking of memes, I'll bring it up. Did you guys see today's TikTok?
Oh no.
Aaron was very proud of that.
I was not proud of that.
Actually,
I was not proud of that.
Roni, I see you in the chat. Roni, did you see?
I bet he would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, Roni was all over that. Inspired by.
yeah, definitely. I was definitely inspired by that. Yeah, when I put that together and I played it first through Premiere, I was like, "What's happened? What's happened?
How did I get to this point?" Yeah.
No, I'm only joking. It's all fun, isn't it? Really. That's the whole point is to have a bit of a laugh with the community, and we do so many serious videos and serious bits of social media.
Yeah.
So to throw in a bit of that, then yeah,
a bit of that.
Yeah, a bit of that. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do. Unfortunately, I was what's the word? I was forged in this. Forged in this stuff.
Oh yeah. It's a great time to get into SE, and the other thing is that the friends that you'll form over the years of building and collaborating with different constructions is just a whole nother element of playing Space Engineers, especially as a collective group of people. There's whole communities that are formed from it, specializing in different areas, and like I said, it's just about the friends that you make along the way. So I'm sure all these groups are sharing what they're building, or we've seen them sharing all these creations and trying out different designs of each other. So it's lovely to see us come together like that.
I know we are excited for. I need to turn on. I keep forgetting because the symmetry mode, of course, as you say, it's even I'm experiencing this. Wait, is it on again? It's on again now. Seeing more builders as well as creators collaborating as well. I mean, we've seen it for years, but it'll be like everything else. It'd be great to see, 10x the collaboration, if that makes sense as well.
It would be lovely. It would be lovely to see some of our beloved YouTubers and other content creators collaborating together. Forming foundations for series like back in the day. Many of the series we did in collaboration with different YouTubers, they're so good. They're so fun to watch as well. I mean, at this early building stage, I guess you could collab and do some building together.
Yeah.
Even comment, jump in each other's videos and comment on what other people are building and share it between the communities. But yeah, with all these social media outlets and influencers and YouTubers, then it's all about working together and putting something out there that's different and exciting. And Space Engineers, since it's such a creative game, it gives you the foundation to do that. And at the beginning of all these games, I always say it's probably the best time for creators to get in at the start.
Oh, 100%. And I think actually, I wanted to. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can read the chat again now. We got to see.
Can you?
I lost you for a second. I wonder what's causing the slight losses there from Aaron.
I don't know.
I get on the little application, Aaron. Your logo is like orange. Like the little signal bar goes a little bit yellow or orange sometimes. It suggests it's on your side, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, well, it might be traveling all that way over there, mightn't it? The connection, somewhere on the way.
But I wanted to ask guys.
There's something going on.
I don't want to I'm always hyping him up, but can we see some 07s in the chat for the OGs out there who remember 2014 group survival? Let's see it. Come on. The OGs rise up. I know that's what I was watching, Aaron.
Oh, it makes you feel really old, doesn't it? Knowing
It does, yeah. It's been a lot.
So many years ago.
It's been 84 years.
84 years, wow.
Yeah.
I never thought it'd last this long, but...
Oh, neither did I, to be honest. A lot of it, it's like, it's a decade has passed. Look at that. Look at the chat. The chat is full with the...
Streaming from the retirement centre, won't you, Joel?
Oh, I will be, yeah. I say, like, I'm not always... I mean, this is talking both official and my own streams, but I've struggled with consistency over the years. I think Aaron's a little bit aware of that. He helped me, actually, these last weeks, but I still say I never want to fully stop. Maybe I'll go back. Maybe I'll go down, and when I'm like, maybe I'll be like 60, and I'll be doing like one stream a month or something. But I'll be like, I'm serious. I never want to like finish. I never want to fully end streaming, if that makes sense. So.
No, and at least you've got plenty more years in you for the development of SE2 as well.
Oh, we got plenty.
See, this is a situation you've got yourself in here now. You can't think.
I know, like I was.
So you've got to come up with a plan B, and I think the plan B is going to be after some sort of just small cube block. I'm guessing that you're gonna have to go here.
I was a little bit stumped here. I mean, what I could do is because these are all 25 centimeters. I could.
Oh, I've got an idea. You could put a little railing around it, so it's a little observation area down.
All right, well, let's try that. Let's see how that. But then again,
I don't know how many steps you are far ahead because I'm watching the stream.
Funnily enough, that fits perfectly. That's funny. Hold on. That's weird. That's just the right size for like one either side. And of course I can. Hold on. Interesting. That's not okay. Why? Oh, it's because they're not aligned, I guess. But it's fine. We can do it like that.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's shaping up quite nicely.
I mean, you might wonder why, like the glass isn't safe to step on, but it kind of looks like a thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could even get more complicated. You could have it as like a recovery area. You could put a winch above it or something, and that's where you dip in and out or something.
Dip in and out of like search and rescue. Because that's actually kind of ideas like having like lifeguards and stuff with the water.
Lifeguards.
Baywatch, Baywatch engineers,
rescuing other ones off the side
with the music and the outfits and everything. I want to see it. I want to see it made. Let's make it happen.
Oh, some people are suggesting using the skinny grate blocks.
Yeah, there was the skinnier ones, but I still think I couldn't combine two. Like, I think let me check, but I think combining two is. Yeah, I think I only need to shift this. If I got rid of this blue here and then shift that, I think I could fit actually 3 catwalks there. But this is actually quite nice as well, like having the lights. Like I can put the lights. Hold on. I can't come down there.
We need some ambience with them lights, some nice colouring.
And I'm always memeing. I'm always saying that lighting is like 80% of a build. And I say at the same time, I also say that's kind of exaggeration, but lighting is such a huge part of a build. Like if it's too bright and so on, you kind of lose some of the vibe. But look at this. I can place a light. I believe I can place a light. That fit? No, maybe.
The only thing I always risk, I think, with the lighting is if you're not careful, you end up with an RGB ship, don't you? That looks like a lot of people's gaming PCs.
Oh, like, I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's the hot take, but I mean, yeah.
You have got to kind of go a little bit slow on it for sure. I think I'm gonna try that now. So here's the interior, guys, so far, because we're live for 2 hours now. So thank you guys for being here tonight. Time has completely flown here as I build.
Yeah, we'll have to bring it to a conclusion shortly, to be honest.
I think so.
We're just running. We're running on a little too long. I mean, I think we definitely need to see you start from scratch.
No, 100%.
I will happily yap away while you build, because I know the community want to see what one of your ships would look like in Space Engineers 2. Because what you've done here, this interior has been beautifully crafted. 7 out of 10 now, definitely.
Too kind. I'm still not like set on what's going on here, but we're getting somewhere. Oh, I know what I need to add. I got a perfect thing for this. Whatever like blocks we put down here, I'm going to put down just to finish this, guys. We're going to wrap up relatively shortly. Where did that button panel go? Here we go. I'm going to put this back. I have one on the other side, but that will fit perfectly.
I do like the new
that.
buttons though as well. They look very pressable.
They do. And you have that nice contextual tooltips as well like that. That's great.
Yeah, that's lovely. To then hunt through the menu.
Yeah, like
for something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, you are a little bit behind that. It was good when I was transmitting live, but I think it was slightly affecting my performance because I was like basically streaming twice.
yeah. Streaming to me.
But let's see.
Because everything that we've shown today is we've shown some of the really nice detailing things you can play with this first vertical slice. We've talked briefly about the future. We've put a focus as well on the bug reporting and the feedback that we really want you guys to do and get stuck into. Like I said to Joel said to us before, we expect to get back on Monday, and there's going to be pages on pages of support things to have a look over and work our way through. Of course, we'll be looking through each one and making sure there is some sort of sense. We'll be asking for further feedback, and we'll also be telling you if it's something that we're addressing in the future. But even these interesting ideas, are nice to read out to the development team, and they can also have features is really important.
Yeah, no, I think here we go. We're cooking now. I need to finish like the logic here so you can get up to this. Yeah, our team is. I mean, they always will be, but right now, like they are solidly watching what everyone is saying and doing in the game. So I know we keep repeating it, and I think in general you can expect like repeat messages on these streams because we're really trying to like get those key points across. But and because I will say as well is we've had some emails circulating around and saying about your feedback and you've left us some lovely comments as well, and the development team love hearing your feedback as well. They see one, they get all giddy about it, and they're always like, that's such a nice player for leaving us that feedback or that comment there as well. And we're checking out all them Steam reviews, we're checking out all the different platform reviews you're leaving as well, and we're just trying to figure out exactly what you guys are liking, what you want it to change, and how SE2 is going to be affected in the future, how we're going to build this into the best space engineers possible. No, that's it. And no, I think you got it pretty covered there. I thought I was going to add something to that, but no, that was well said, Aaron. Well said.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, actually, I do like those half. That's just interesting.
Oh, you've done something nice here. I don't know if this was like accidental as you were thinking. You're just slipping that rail in there as well.
Oh,
I feel like your style's coming together now. Like you've been building for what must have been like about just over an hour, and you're kind of getting a proper feel for this ship now and how you'd want it laid out.
Yeah, this is probably, and lots of people watching will already confirm, this is probably the longest uninterrupted build session in a millennia. No, in a while, in a long time.
We'll get some more building out here. We will. We'll shake that tree until we get a few Joel ships going.
All right. I'm just going to put some finishing touches. I think I'll leave it at this because now I've got I kind of like them in white actually, but I think this just needs some more. I think we just need some more lights at the front.
Add a few finishing touches in, and we can bring this one to a conclusion.
Yes.
I think the community has seen some lovely things tonight. We've hinted at some more exciting things for the future as well. So if there's any last questions while Joel wraps up these last few features of this ship, we'll see what we can do. We've got a comment that they're loving the voxel tool hands.
We haven't shown that today.
I know the voxel hands are still in their first stages as well. And the loveliest thing about the voxel hands is that they're illuminated now, so you can actually see where you're digging.
Yeah, I didn't get to show any case, but we can maybe do it in a second here.
Because another exciting thing is a lot of curators have made a return for SE2 as well. I've seen some names pop up today that I haven't seen in years. They've either moved on to play in other games, or they're coming back to have a look at.
People are hearing the good news of the return of the king.
Yeah. Return to see what it's all about.
Yeah. All right, last touches here, guys. It's been fun. I will admit, I've had a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
He's getting back into it. He's getting back into that building. Hours and hours of his day is going to be taken up now.
I know. It just came at a cost of like any other like source of brain power. It was 110% onto this, but All right. I mean, this is like the entrance though, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I'll probably close this up with glass, and I'll put a door, like a doors either on the side, have like a side entrance. Like, it would be cool to have like a, you know, a hinge ramp kind of entrance at the front. Like, imagine that. Like, it would be, you know, drop ship style at the front. But I mean, people are making things with, you know, already with what they've got. So that's definitely cool.
That they are, because I've just noticed someone dropped in the the comment there, and is it morphologist? Is that how you pronounce it? Morphologist?
Morphologist.
Yes,
it's Morph here?
There you go. No, he's not here. He produced a video on SE2.
Yes, I saw it earlier.
I haven't seen an SE2 video from them in a while. Oh, sorry, an SE video from them in a while. So it was really nice to see their take on it. And obviously, they have a super, you know, nice sounding voice as well that just kind of bases across what they're saying. So it was nice to see a return to SE2 for them.
And I do hope that will continue. No, yeah, it was great seeing. I think I sent the video to Vashek earlier. Like, it was really cool to see Morph jump back in actually. Right, just putting a few more lights. It was a little bit dark. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, guys, here is let's just give you guys a little tour of it. Ooh. So the outside. I can't claim any of this amazingness. Let's go full screen for this. Let's see. Wow.
Yeah, you took on the biggest challenge of building the interior, I have to say.
Hold on, I'll do something fun here as well. Right. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Look at this for the screenshots. Boom.
Oh, nice fish-looking ship.
You know the old trick, Aaron. I taught you all those years ago.
Oh, what the super enhance your field of view?
Yes.
I thought this trick was made illegal. I didn't even know we were allowed to enhance this much.
I know. Well, I didn't know, because before in SE1 you could only enhance it to like 40. Apparently now you can enhance to like infinite now. Like this is infinite, crazy.
You can invert enhance. Look at that.
This is for the cinematic. I could do like with this music. We got like the shaky cam. We got BSG vibes going on. There we go.
Yes. Look at that. I love that cockpit though. It really comes together. It has got what's the cockpit called? There's a really old space like it's like Space 1991 or something.
Isn't it 2000? Oh, I know what you're talking about. That front section.
You know what I'm talking about. That transport ship that they've got in that. Maybe someone in the comment section will know what I'm on about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's got that sort of cockpit, but it's not got the body of it. But definitely got that cockpit. Is it like Space 1991?
I wanted to say 2001 Space Odyssey, but now I'm not 100% actually. I know the one. It is. I was saying Space 1999 or Space. Yeah, Space 99 Eagle. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. That's it.
I thought. Yeah, definitely that cockpit has that vibe. I'm also getting like Carrack vibes as well from it. So, anyway, this is the finishing touches here, guys, of my ship. I mean, you've seen me running back and forth quite a lot now, but.
Lovely.
Anyway, this is what we kind of ended up with, and I feel like we need like a before and after to really show it. But I think you guys should probably remember it. Like it was pretty dark in here. Like it was kind of dark, and there was the kind of holes around. So not bad. Like I could get lost in here for a lot longer, adding things. So the only thing I want to do now is just try to change the lighting a little bit here. So if we come in,
yeah, let's add some ambience.
There's more lights.
I'm thinking a nice yellow to that white, because at the moment it looks really clean.
Well, first off, I'm just going to turn all the lighting down to like 20. All the lights I have down to like 20. I'm just seeing how we can see the reflection, because it was quite bright, which is nice. It was actually okay lighting. I'm just curious if I do this, how it changes.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, it's not too different, but actually now I'd say it's a bit more contrasty. Like. It's not quite as dark, but you still get the reflection. So I think this is, actually nicer. Like maybe like you have that more sterile feeling when it's super bright. But I'll try changing the lighting now as well. The color,
with the brighter lights, it's definitely more hospital. Yeah, it's looking a bit duller in here. I think you just need a slightly yellow tone. I don't know what the chat think about that, but I always find like a slightly yellow tinge to the lights kind of gives you more of like is it like a sepia or?
Yeah, I know.
More rustic fit. Combine the white and the blue with a bit more of a.
I'm using the new
vibe,
paste. I'm using the new copy and paste settings thing here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that changes it up, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're trying to copy all the light bulbs across.
Yeah, maybe I'll make it a bit more like orange. I don't know. Or maybe I'll try making it blue, actually. I know it's the opposite,
yeah, blue
because
or
it's...
a red.
Let's see.
Try a hazard mode, or everything in red as well.
Let's see. Oh, okay, we can try everything in red. Okay.
Yeah, I liked the slight yellow to things, so I think that looked quite nice as well. I don't know. It's another one of them things. Like, there's just levels and levels of play.
Oh man, this look. I mean, I think this is definitely like a red alert mode, but this looks sick. Look at this.
Hold on, I'm not there yet.
I know. Sorry, you have the delayed reaction here.
It's coming. I can see it. You're switching the settings at the minute for me.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? This would be a mode, and obviously this will come, guys. We can smash. You know, you can smash a button and hit red alert. This isn't like the standard, lighting. I'd say
look
for the
good.
ship, but
it does look good.
But the way,
it? Especially when we get lights on some spinning things.
Oh yeah, definitely. So the last thing I'll do is probably just change to blue here, but that's like a nice red alert mode. Oh man, it just looks
just good for like traveling, doesn't it? You've built a proper good ship here, Joel. This interior is actually really good. I hope you do save this one, for future use. Maybe you can develop it a bit further.
It's not bad at all. I'm pretty proud of it. proud of the. I'll say proud of the interior. I'll have to say.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah. We could add a bit more to the exterior.
Ooh.
We'll get you building that next time.
Hold on. The blue, I think, is
where it's at. Is it?
Well, now it's maybe 2, but then this is like 2 blue. So maybe like now it's
crazy
kind of
frog blue.
And it's actually pretty... So now if I just, like, up it a bit... This is the last time I'll change the lights, guys. And then they want me to crash it, I think. So let me just...
Of course they do.
Bring the saturation up a little bit. So it's just a blue... Like a blue tinge to it, almost. I'll copy the setting. Come down here. And obviously grouping and all that kind of stuff, guys. I know this will also... you can expect this at some point. Because obviously... Oh, there we go. Maybe that's good.
Right. Are we going to see this crash then, so we can wrap this up?
Yeah, yes we are. So I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna save the game before I lose my beloved interior. So I will save, and then I'm also gonna blueprint it just for good measure.
Okay, you can tell he's attached to it if he's blueprinting it.
Whip interior. Right. Okay. So let's crash it then.
Okay, if we must. So I was wondering if it'd be better to crash it into another ship, or the same ship.
Well, what I could do is
then into itself.
I can back out real quick and load up because luckily, as you guys have probably noticed, loading the game in Space Engineers 2 is very rapid. Look at this. It's like I didn't have to load anything at all. Let's see. And we are...
Because the other thing to mention as well is that the collisions below 20 meters a second as well don't cause any more damage anymore. So it means that if you do have a little prang or a little fender bender, you won't break your ship at a low speed or below 20 meters a second. So that's something else nice to bear in mind while we're mentioning it.
Yeah. I'm gonna copy him one of John Wack's ship as well here. He sent this to me. This is one of the largest ships that I've seen in SE2 so far. So it's not like completely finished. I was painting it yesterday, but let's see. Hold on, it's just loading the grid here, guys. Give me a second. It's a big grid, so it'll take a second. It's loading. I've got this grid on the toolbar, so it's still loading, I think.
Looks like some sort of missile.
Let's see.
I like how it's just been named ship.
Yeah, it's
like a very, very, very creative naming there.
You get to see some of my other naming my nice great mate and other things that I have.
Oh yeah, I see.
Oh, there we go, and we're in. Okay, right. So this is John's ship. All right. Oh, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello.
I'm going to imagine it until I can see it.
All right, let's paste that in, and I'll paste in my little ship as well.
Someone said we said crash the ship, not the game. Like a massive. It is a massive ship though.
Oh, they paste it twice. Oh no, hold on. I think I might have pasted it twice. No, we're good. Oh, I am. Okay, I need to change to 7.
Nice looking ship though.
It is. Let me see if I can get to 7 here. And all of these, you know, as you guys can see, like right now there is loading, and we already said like the auto saving and things right now where you do feel some kind of, you know, freeze ups, I guess, or like holds. Marek's already said that this is, you know, this is stuff that will be definitely optimized, definitely fixed. So don't have to worry too much. So here we go. I'm coming inside my proud interior, and we're gonna use this ship to fly around John Wack's ship here. Look at this. And you have to see, Aaron, that this ship is huge. And I think we worked out, like, what was there was like because of the look at the gradient, like the angle of that ship. If I zoom out there, like this is something that you could not achieve. Well, because it's...
You couldn't get it smooth looking. You couldn't make it as smooth.
Like, look at that. Look at... I think we asked, like, how many... what's the angle of that? Like... What is the angle of that angle? That slope. But it's absolutely huge, this ship. Like, I'm going to go into it in a second here and give it a little fly. But I'll also crash into it. Let's just hop out of my ship. Right. Here we go. So it's, as you can see, guys, right now, doesn't have an interior. Has a cockpit here. But the thing about this ship, which is really amazing, is like this. Coming back to like... These are all the 25 centimeter block system. These are detailing cubes, but John has used these to create this gradual gradient and to create this absolute beast of a ship.
Very smooth.
And size-wise, again, it's still a little bit confusing because it's like walking on like a big small grid, like a big small grid. But in fact, again, it's so much smaller. It's half the size, the block kind of granularity. So just to fly this thing, I'm going to pop in. And of course, I can't even leave it.
What are we crashing here, Joel? You said
we're going to crash my ship into this, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm just deleting. I have to get inside. But also, I believe this ship is missing... I believe it's missing gyroscopes. But luckily, that is where a quick fix. We fly inside. As you guys have probably found out, with those... I got gyros. With those 7.5 minute gyros, you just have a couple of these. And that's all you need for a massive ship like that. And I know for SE1, this is something that's always been talked about, so the so-called capital ship gyroscopes. But in ships like this in the past, you know, you kind of would need to have like a whole room full of gyroscopes. But now look at this. Now it's not turning like super quick, but I mean, look, I can rotate. Pretty crazy, actually. Pretty nauseating. I know Aaron's hearing all these reactions before I see this.
It'll definitely be a case of where it's something that they'll look out to balance in the future. Like all the features, all the things that you're playing with, there'll have to be a point where they're revised for, you know, multiplayer, for challenging. So while you're experiencing them and you can do certain things like this, you've got to understand that later on in the development that they will be revised and balanced as well to a degree.
100%. All right.
Let's see that collision. Come on.
Okay, I'm just gonna make John's ship. It has to be colored in the opposing faction here. Let me do a quick, get the old paint gun here, and just to show one other feature of the paint gun, and that's you coming into it, you change the base, and I'm gonna like hold down for 3 seconds here, and as soon as I release, boom. It's repainted the whole thing white. And just, you don't actually have to go that close. It even works far away. So I can come in here and do that to the red here. We'll make this a red ship. Here we go. 2, 1. And then as soon as I release, boom, red. What I'll do is actually probably then come in. I'll select a white and we'll give John, and I can spray paint it from here. Oh, not with that. Let me make the thing bigger. Single, do this. Look, boom. Couple of like, I don't know. Cow patch.
There you go.
Look at this. John couldn't paint the ship this good himself. Look at it. That's what I call a beautifully painted ship. So, I mean, it's very cool how you can rapidly repaint stuff, even big ones. So, right, let me get. Oh, I just realized I think we're drifting here. I need to repaste. Oh, that's probably not a good idea. I don't know. I need to fly back to get my other ship because this ship, again, wasn't completed. It still has missing thrusters in some direction. So
Yeah, it's
Here
a
we
funky
go.
looking ship that you've painted here now. Definitely.
Right. Oh, so fast. Yeah,
Let's
slow
get that
drifting away.
collision.
It's sad because my little ship is just going to dissolve, especially with my cockpit being at the very front here. But oh well. Let's see it then.
10 out of 10. Let's crash it. Let's see it burn.
All right. Target acquired. Let's go. It's not. I need more thrust, but maybe we'll reach 300 meters per second by the time I get there. Okay, so now we're currently traveling at the same speed as SE1 and getting faster. Oh god, this is don't crash the game. Don't crash.
Well, like I said, we're in early stages. If we happen to blow everything up,
right, I'm bailing.
It's your fault.
I'm bailing. I'm bailing.
Don't miss the crash, though. We want to see it.
I'm watching. Okay. Actually, it wasn't too bad, to be honest. I just took out. I actually really hit the bridge there of this ship, and I just increased the speed that it's flying away. So now they are one. They are at one with each other. So there we go. Oh, they've really picked the pace. It's like moving pretty quick now. So
big boom. There
we go, guys. And the same collisions, all the things that you see, guys, where the game might hold up a little bit. This is all stuff. Come back in here now. This is all stuff that will be optimized, of course. So, yes, there we go. That was a quick run for it, but anyway.
Should we wrap with a brief summary?
Yes, let's do it.
So to wrap things up, guys, all the things that you've seen today here are, of course, work in progress. So there's things that are going to be changed, like the collisions. You know, we're working on making that better. We're working on making the controls layout better as well. And we're also working to listen to your feedback. So if you've got feedback, get onto our support site, leave the feedback there, leave the bug reports there as well, and then we can process through them. So it's a critical time for you guys to get involved as the community for Space Engineers 2. And I'll hand the talking stick back to Joel so he can wrap up a bit further as well.
Wow. I'm still recovering from all this building, to be honest. But no, it's been really great, guys, today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope we could address some of the questions tonight. And again, there's many that we didn't answer, many that we couldn't answer. But I do hope that, this is, we can nail some of those and have some fun today. And I think the game is going to improve pretty rapidly here. As I said, you're not going to have to wait long for Steam Workshop, and then after that, modding, as you guys know, the combination of modding plus Workshop is in itself a whole, it's a whole beast itself. It's all like separate things. So
it is. And
I think the community is already going nuts of all this stuff. I mean, we looked at some of the screenshots today, and shout out to those creators again. And we're going to be monitoring everywhere. I mean, I can't resist watching the latest video or looking on the Reddit.
Like we said, stick that hashtag SE2 on your creations when you post them on social media, and we can then come across them and find them. And we do plan some content to spotlight some of your grids as well, guys. So make sure you find a way that we can tag them with that hashtag SE2. Back to you, Joel.
No, that's it. I think, and we'll just finish here with there'll be a stream next week. I'm not sure in what format yet, but maybe we'll do a bit of SE1 as well, or at least a section of SE1 and covering what's going to be happening there. So there'll be a stream next week. And I know Marek will also be coming onto a stream in the near future too. So definitely stay tuned. Get involved in the Discord as well. If you're not in the Discord yet, discord.gg/KeenSWH as well. That's a great place to chat with players, get any assistance you need, and also share the builds as well. That's a really good place to be. I see. Just reading the comments. Awesome, guys, and thank you, Aaron, so much. It's I say we've obviously done some stuff in person, and today we kind of as we're not in the office today, and we don't we did some kind of more older style, but with the new style here of the SC2 stuff. So I think it's been great having you on, Aaron. We only had a couple of hiccups from the connection, but I think it was all right for across the new 3 hours. I think it held up pretty good.
Yeah, we covered all the points we needed to. We got some really nice building from you, Joel, that we wanted to see. We've wanted to see for years now.
It wasn't my first ship. That's still pending. See what I did there? Like I managed to like postpone doing my first ship. It will come, but I still managed to somehow push that back.
Lovely.
Yes. Okay, guys, fantastic. I'll be playing and streaming over the weekend probably as well at some point because I'm desperate to get stuck in. So I'll definitely be around, and Aaron will probably be out on the platforms, keeping an eye on everything too. So we'll be about. We're never that far away. So thank you guys so much. Until the next one, we'll catch you. Catch you later. Have a great weekend. Enjoy.
See you later, guys. Thank you.
SE2. All right, we're heading out. Bye.